Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Bajkoniki Speedway Stadium here in Riga for round number 8 of the World Speedway Championship. What a championship we are enjoying. We've had 7 Grand Prix, we've had 7 different winners. Will we see another different winner here tonight in the Bajkoniki? We've had qualifying. There's the trophy that the boys are racing for. We can see the finish line now, just 3 rounds including tonight left. And I must say that the pressure and the intensity really is ramping up. We certainly felt that this afternoon when we witnessed qualifying with Brady Kurtz coming through from in flying colours. No sprint race today, but start positions all important for this revamped Bajkoniki track, which behaved beautifully last night in the Speedway World Cup semi-final number 2. Let's take a look back at 7 days ago. Robert Lambert in vintage form. It was a spectacular debut for Łódź. Hadn't been there before for the Grand Prix. It was hotly contested. There was some real seat of the pants moments as well. That crash for Kubera was very dramatic, but Robert Lambert is the form rider in the world. He had 2 second places in the Grand Prix leading up to round number 7 in Łódź, and he really did put his best foot forward. And there's no doubt that his performance was absolutely superb, and the confidence is oozing through Robert Lambert. And as the evening progressed, he really did show a fantastic turn of foot, and it was great to see. Coming out of the last corner, he wins his 2nd ever Grand Prix and moves ever closer. He's just 8 points behind in the championship race with 3 rounds to go, and as I say, in the last 3 rounds he's had 2 seconds and now a win in Łódź, and has forced his way into genuine championship contention. Robert Lambert was without doubt in the form of his life. So we can take a look at the standings as they reflect on last week. And so including tonight, we have 3 rounds. Kurtz and Smarslik locked together on 109. Kurtz leads the championship by virtue of 2 second places in finals, slightly better than Smarslik. Lambert there on 101 in 3rd. Jepsen, Jensen, Dudek, Madsen, Verena, Max Frick just outside the all-important top 7. Frick needs to be in the top 7 to be around for next year. Holders out, of course. Anders Thompson back in tonight. Doyle needs a massive finish to the season if he wants to be a Grand Prix rider in 2027. So there's everything to race for, and as I say, 7 winners and 7 different rounds. Will we see an 8th tonight? Lebedev's of course the home favourite. What a moment for him. We move on to Riga, Latvia. Smashing town, really is a terrific place to visit. It's not too big the town, but there's plenty of energy here, and the Bajkoniki has had a revamp, and the racing has certainly improved as a consequence. We've had a good look around the town over the last couple of days, and it's really enjoyable. It's a nice feel about the place. The weather's been, on the whole, pretty good since we arrived here about 48 hours ago. So as we look forward to the beginning of the event, of course, we'll introduce riders for you. We'll take a closer look at the track as well. But Riga, the capital city of Latvia, it is a real privilege to be here, and there is a sense of excitement about this Grand Prix, no doubt about it. And I think that is tied into the fact that the conclusion of the championship is coming very shortly. Okay, let's catch up with Emma, because a little bit earlier on she spoke to the championship leader, Brady Kurtz.
I am now joined by the man who is leading the championship, wearing the golden jacket and won qualifying. You must be loving life right now, Brady.
Sometimes it's all right. Yeah, it's a good change. I've been really poor in qualifying all year, so it's nice to see your name at the top, and yeah, looking forward to tonight.
You haven't been poor when you've been out there, though, Brady. You must be hyper aware of how close it is between you and Bartek. And at this stage in the GP season, does that really come into focus, or are you just continuing to look at what you're doing?
I wasn't really expecting anything different to happen, so yeah, obviously I'm trying not to think about it. It's obviously there. Everyone else is talking about it, but my job's just to keep doing my thing, keep making the finals, keep getting some points on the board, and there's still a lot of racing to go.
You're the calmest man in Speedway, aren't you? Look, there've been some significant improvements to the track here since last year. Have you been enjoying being out there?
Yeah, definitely. It feels much better, actually. yeah, it was cool. It was a really tough track to race on, I guess you could say, before, and the new banking is a little bit wider and it makes it a lot more inviting, I guess you could say. So hopefully we can see some good racing, and hopefully I'm out front and don't need to pass anyone.
We had some rain as well. How did that affect things out there?
It went quite well, actually. I think obviously the first time out was a little bit wet, but it dried up really quickly, and by the final of qualifying it was pretty much back to normal. So hopefully we've got nothing but blue skies and sun now for the rest of the night, and hopefully have a good one.
I want to know, Brady, how much do you and Bartek talk ahead of a meeting like this? Do you have much time together?
I'd say we don't really talk at all. I think there's not really any animosity or anything like that between us. I think neither of us really feel the need to chit-chat too much. I think we say hello and how you going and stuff, but we both kind of just know what our job is and stick to it.
Brady, thank you so much. Best of luck tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Brady Kurtz, of course, the leader of the championship. This is the Baikoniki. It was founded in 1976, reconstructed in 2014, and we came here in 2023 for the first Grand Prix. 345 metres, and Ollie, this has been heavily modified, and so far it's been certainly well received.
Yeah, it has. It's undergone quite a change. They've increased the banking on the corners and the straight. They brought the centre grid in a little bit, so in turn that's made the track wider. And in particular, the entrance and exit of each corners has been opened up to allow for more overtaking. And we saw that yesterday in the Speedway World Cup semi-final.
We did indeed. Thoroughly looking forward to it. We did have a track report that we recorded earlier on, Emma and myself, but unfortunately that was in sunshine. We've had rain since, so conditions have changed quite dramatically with a heavy shower leading up, as the boys are being presented to the public as we're chatting now. But Lebedev's, of course, in the foreground alongside Nazar Panitsky. What a night it would be for Lebedev's if he could manage to win his very first Grand Prix in front of this passionate Latvian crowd. Anders Thompson here, of course, a winner of 2 Grand Prix ago in Melilla. Injury replacement, but he's only actually missed 1 Grand Prix all season long, and of course he won the vital race last night to see Denmark through to the World Cup final.
Yeah, Max Frick there, the Australian. We saw him on top form in the heat races in Łódź, but then failed miserably at the end and only came away with 11 points. It's a shame for Max.
He ended up with 8 World Championship points. He was leading the Grand Prix after 4 heats with 11 points. Incredible turnaround. Now, Kasper Verina, once again last weekend, pretty wild, and you couldn't take your eyes off of him. But he needs a big result. He is in next year, but I'm sure he's looking for another final before the season's out.
Yeah, totally agree. It's Leon Madsen up next, the Dane. He was in top form yesterday for Denmark in the World Cup semi-final. These types of tracks suit him. Long, flat, barely slick, and I'd expect a big performance from him today.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to keep an eye on him. As you rightly say, he was in top form yesterday, but did just chop up a little bit in practice. How he reacts will be quite interesting. Patrick Dudek's in really good form, second last weekend, and all of a sudden forcing his way into the top 7 in the world.
Next up, Michael Jepsen Jensen, 4th place currently in the Speedway GP standings. He's had a good year this year, resurgence in form. He really has come from nowhere almost in the last couple of years, and it's great to see him back where he was.
Yeah, Michael Jepsen Jensen really just needs a win now. But this man has had a win. Robert Lambert with 2 second places and a win last weekend, into 3rd in the world on 101 points, 8 points behind the 2 leaders. What a moment for him, genuine championship contender.
Yeah, what can you say about this man? 6 times world champion, chasing his 7th. You could see he had the bit between his teeth in qualifying, narrowly missed out on 1st place to his rival Kurtz. He'll be keen to get one over him tonight.
And then, of course, the leader of the championship wearing the gold race jacket this evening. There he comes, you can clearly see it. Brady Kurtz, courtesy of 2 second places in the final so far in the first 7 rounds. Brady Kurtz leads the way on 109 points. What a world championship we are enjoying. I'm sure we're going to see some fabulous speedway here in the Baikoniki tonight. Track has been changed, it's been improved, the banking and the dirt has been changed. Right, let's have a pause for the national anthem of Latvia.
Ja sveti Latviju, uzdargo teviju, sveti je Latvija, Latviju, ak svētī Eltua. Dievs svētī Latviju, uz dārgo Teviju, svētī Latviju, ak svētī Eltua. Kur Latviju meitas zied, kur Latviju dēli dzied, laid mums tur laime diet, mūs Latvija. Kur Latviju meitas zied, kur Latviju dēli dzied, laid mums tur laime diet, mūs Latvija.
Well, how about that? Well, that gentleman, I don't know his name, but I'll tell you what, he's done a fine job of singing the national anthem there, and very much appreciated by this partisan crowd. So he makes his way. There is a family photograph for round number 8 here in the Bike-Niki. I was just explaining, they have made the corners wider, haven't they, Ollie? And they've put plenty of banking on. Track ride's much better, and there's certainly much more confidence, and the riders are looking forward to racing on it.
Absolutely, I think confidence is the key word there. I think with the old track layout and the lack of banking, riders really lacked the confidence at the end of the straights to know when the bike was going to stop. They had to turn very hard and they sort of skate backwards across the corner. Whereas now with the banking, it allows the riders maybe to get a little bit more freedom and confidence to run harder into the corners.
We've had rain just prior to the riders' presentation, which was a shame. The track will be a little greasy prior to heat number 1. But we did see some rain earlier on today, which just interrupted qualifying. But it did dry very quickly indeed, this surface. I think that won't prove to be too much of a problem, but quite possibly in the first few races it might just be a touch dicey. And I would say that you need to get out in front and stay out of the dirt if you can. But as I say, with 3 rounds to go, including tonight, with 2 riders locked together on 109 points in Smarslick and Brady Kurtz, and Robert Lambert on 101, there you can see it really is an exciting prospect as we move towards the conclusion of the 2026 series. That's the draw for today's Grand Prix. That's the way it worked out with Dudek electing to come out in the first race. And Bartosz Smarslick, he was happy to take number 5 with 2 gate 1s here this evening. So the draw was earlier on. Brady Kurtz just about coming on top in the time sheets. But Bartosz Smarslick certainly looked like he meant business. Difficult weekend for him last weekend in the Grand Prix. Kurtz, of course, finishing in 3rd place. Robert Lambert winning the Grand Prix, but Kurtz was 5 points behind going into round number 7 in Łódź, but came away having gained 5 points, and Smarslick missed out on the final for the first time this year. This man's got a steely determination about him. He's not saying too much, going about his business quietly and very professionally, and you know, after coming so close last year, it's not always easy to back it up, but there's no doubt that Bartosz Smarslick, he knows he's in for a real fight for this year's title.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And not only has he got that fight with Kurtz, Robert Lambert's lurking in 3rd place there. He's made a lot of ground recently, and like you said earlier, form rider in the world at the moment. And with the 3 tracks remaining, he won't have any fears about that at all.
So, okay, well, we've got a short pause prior to the first race of the evening. Emma joined or caught up with Andrei Lebedev's a little bit earlier on today.
Andrei, you were saying ahead of the World Cup last night that you were really looking forward to getting out there in front of the home fans. How special was that for you?
Very special, yeah. Of course, it's my family here, friends is here, you know. Crowd is sold out. Many flags, Latvian flags, and supporters come, support me, and yeah, that means a lot, like for every sportsman, not just in speedway. It's important I think have a competition at his home country.
You rode really well as well last night. Was it the fans that spurred you on, or was it a combination of that and the improvements to the track that we've seen here?
I don't know, just need to catch some good setups. Mine setup also must be okay, because I have a lot, from the side pressure, from media side. Everyone wanna ask me about something, and that is also a little bit give me
overwhelming at times.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's okay. I feel strong, and ready for a good night today.
Okay, no pressure, but you did make the podium here last year, didn't you? How special would it be for you, Andre, if you did that again tonight?
Last year was podium, and maybe tonight is a time when I take my first win in GP.
What would that mean to you?
Oh, huge, front of my from all of my people here, my family, my mom here, my wife with kids. It's unbelievable. If I did this today, that will be one of the best day in my life, and yeah, we push hard to make this real here.
Best of luck. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So good to hear from Andre Lebedev, the local favourite. Of course, he would be absolutely chuffed to bits if he could manage to win his first Grand Prix here at home in round number 8 in 2026. He hasn't had the season in Grand Prix this year that he had last. Hasn't quite had the consistency and the level of performance to force his way into the top 7. But the way the results went in Terenzano in the GP Challenge, he finished 5th, just outside the automatic qualifying places. But with Robert Lambert winning the meeting, and almost certainly there's no chance that Lambert's going to be outside the top 7, Lebedev's will be back in 2027. But this is a special venue and a special night for the Latvian crowd, and with a favourite, it would be very timely if Andre could come out on top. First 4 races for us: Dudek, Thompson, Kolodinskis, the wild card, Jankovic, who was very impressive in practice. Jankovic, he's heat 1. Heat number 2 is Smarsik, Panizzi, Jepsen, Jensen and Frick. Heat 3 is Lindgren, Doyle, Verena, Madsen. Lindgren's struggling though, he's injured. Lebedev's, Lambert, Hülkenberg and Brady Kurtz for heat number 4. Fantastic meeting in Prospect. As I say, this track has been improved without doubt. It came under some criticism in the last couple of years, but they've responded, and on the evidence of last night, the Speedway World Cup, it rode very nicely indeed. And that man Anders Thompson, played quite a pivotal role. He had one ride in heat number 2 and then didn't ride again until heat number 19, and then actually clinched the win for the Danish team. His timing was impeccable.
It was indeed. It was a strange night for Anders. We touched on it earlier in qualifying, but at least he got to finish on a high note. Yeah, Nicky Pedersen took him out for the main part of the meeting and replaced him with Jakobsen. But to finish on a win just before the Grand Prix, that will have settled his nerves, and he'd definitely slept a lot better than a 0 and no more rides.
For those of you who didn't see the meeting last night, Denmark, who were the hot favourites for the Speedway World Cup semi-final number 2, started awful. It was really it's strange to see. They only actually scored points in one race, and that was with Leon Madsen. The other 3 riders failed to score, and they did actually at times make quite hard work. They slipped up again in the last block of races as well, but in the end they came through, and they joined the other 3 teams in the Speedway World Cup final at the end of the month on the 29th of August in Warsaw. Look forward to it. Heat number 1 is next. Big crowd in, sun's out, track will dry quickly. I think we're going to be in for something pretty cool tonight.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. I think it's going to be some good racing tonight. Like you say, big crowd in, capacity crowd, home straight's absolutely packed. Our resident DJ Carlito's got the songs going, crowd are loving it.
I'm getting into it now.
You are. Kelvin keeps. You can't see it at home, but Kelvin's dancing occasionally.
I need to be in Ibiza.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my calling now.
It is. Yeah, I can tell. But yeah, you can see the crowd there enjoying themselves. There's lots of track work going on. There was a downpour just before parade.
Yes.
And unfortunately for the track crew here, they'd already ripped up the track. And then the rain came down and sort of soaked into it a little bit more than they would have liked. It was sort of but yeah, the track crew here are working very hard. Former King's Lynn favourite Thomas Topinka's out there in charge of track prep. Phil Morris, he's sort of directing everything out on track, making sure that the track's in tip-top condition for the riders tonight. It is drying out quickly.
Talking about Thomas Topinka in the tractor, one or two fans coming in, King's Lynn fans, where obviously Thomas was quite a hero, and they say, is that Thomas Topinka in the tractor? Go, yeah. Oh, I can't believe it. That's fantastic. We loved him as a rider, and Thomas is becoming more and more involved now in the Grand Prix. I'm seeing him on a regular basis, and there he is, and he's quite adept at this.
He's obviously a well-respected sort of track curator. He must be, if the Grand Prix boys have been bringing him in to do the work.
Yeah, well, he's been working with in Prague for some time, and now all of a sudden he's working alongside Phil Morris, the race director, on a regular basis at the Grand Prix. Now, Phil, of course, is a hard-working man. We reflect on that Wrocław Grand Prix, where, to all intents and purposes, it should have been off, but somehow, miraculously, they did get that on. There looks like there's going to be a slight pause before heat number 1 with this added little bit of grading going on. As I say, we had about 20 minutes of heavy rain just prior to, before the boys were introduced to the crowd and to us. So they're just giving it a little bit more time just to dry. I think that's wise, because there's no doubt on the outside the material was quite sloppy, and I think it might have been a bit tricky.
Yeah, I agree. They've got the spikes into the track at the moment, and what that's doing is just getting a bit of air into the base of the track, helping it dry out quicker, which the riders will appreciate. Although this time of night, you just want to get on with it, don't you? The riders are waiting for heat 1, nerves will be building, and at this point you just really want to get to the tapes and get your first one out of the way.
Well, Patrick Dudek is out in heat number 1, off gate number 1, and he will be pleased. He chose that, and I would suggest that's exactly where you want to be. Last night's meeting, the Speedway World Cup, gate 1 was very, very much the favourite gate. It was neck and neck initially early doors with gate 4, but as the evening went on, gate number 1 became more and more of an advantage. But looking back on the stats, you know, last year the outside gate was very much the favoured one. They had 12 race wins from gate 4 in 2025. That wasn't the case last night, but to all intents and purposes, it's quite a different track now. 1.5 metres taken off the inside, particularly on the entrance and exits of the corners, and the banking now is right up to the air fence, whereas previously it was flat, and then actually it was an off camber towards the safety fence, which made it really difficult and tricky and knife edgy to ride on. And as I say, the racing last night was very different to watch, and you could see riders generally, particularly Leon Madsen, he was in sparkling form, just dropped 1 point from his 5 outings. Thomas Topinka doing a fine job. He must find it difficult to keep turning right, driving the wrong way around the track. He must be fighting it. He would probably prefer to be driving the tractor around the other way, really.
He's probably getting sick of Phil's sign language as well every time he comes round.
So this looks like we're done, and Thomas and the tractor. Thomas and the tractor? No? All right, okay.
No. It's a tank engine you're thinking of. You're thinking Thomas and the tank engine.
So he exits stage left, and now we're left for the moment when the riders will be released. There they are, and here we go. Round number 8 here in the Bajkoniki. Big crowd, big atmosphere. 3 rounds to go in the 2026 series. Not a lot, obviously 2 riders locked together, the 2 riders that went at it last year, and it's very much history repeating itself between those 2. Jankovic, very impressive in practice. He's back in as an injury replacement, so is Anders Thompson. Bewley, Jack Holder and Dominic Kubera are out. Kubera injured last week in Denmark, so he's not here. Kai Hülkenberg back in for him. But you can see boys coming out and doing a practice start. It's quite mucky still out there. You can see it's a bit sloppy. Where they'd actually graded the track on the outside, it then rained, and where the actual water then doesn't run off.
Dudek's not happy with that one either. That's practice start number 2 on bike number 2.
Can you get the third one, please?
He's going to have to.
No, he's going to have to choose. He's going to get back off that one and maybe jump back on the original one.
It's a classic Golob move, that one.
Indeed. Indeed. Riders are off at tape, so clock is counting down. He's got time. He's got just a little bit under a minute to get there. You must be at the tapes ready to go, though. Just going to check the rear chain adjustment and then set him off towards the start. Actually, he could well be in the box seat here off the inside with the rain. For that man off the outside, Jankovic, it's a long way. Could be a little bit greasy on the run to the first turn.
Yeah, we saw it last night, though. He won gate 4. I think it was Timo Latte made a blinder, didn't he?
He did indeed. But it was quite dry last night. A bit wetter here this evening. So here we go then for the first race of the evening, round number 8. We're about to get underway with the speedway action now. Dudek's on the inside in red, Anders Thompson gate number 2 in blue, Daniels Kolodinskis the wild card gate 3 in white, and Jankovic off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. European champion Patrick Dudek on the inside, former world number 2, back in the Grand Prix in 2026, taking his time to get going, but just of late looks much better. Let's go racing. Takes up into the first turn. Dudek's there. Comes Kvek. Kvek chops back to the inside. We've got Thompson following him through. Crikey. Jankovic very nearly ran in the back of Dudek as they come out of the second turn on the opening lap. But it's all about Patrick Dudek. That inside gate very much was an advantage. He's winding it on. Dudek looks full of confidence, just coming off the line. And Jankovic settling in for second place. But Dudek looks really good in front.
He does. Dudek looks very quick indeed. He's fast around that inside line. You can see the track has got a little bit of wet dirt on top, but a dry line is starting to emerge. I've no doubt that there'll be a decent outside line later on for the riders to use. And at the moment, it's the pole. Patrick Dudek leading the way.
Indeed it is. Split nicely. Jankovic on the pace, keeping him honest, with Thompson back in third and Kolodinskis tailed off in fourth place. But from the get-go, Patrick Dudek fired himself to the front off the inside gate. One last blast through the bottom corner out of turn number 4, and Dudek gets his evening off to the ideal start. Lovely ride. Bit greasy, bit tricky, but no better place to be than out in front. Kvek, a wise decision in the first corner to chop back to the inside. I think if he'd run wide, he might well have found himself relegated to the back. But for Patrick Dudek, all of a sudden, we're seeing the sort of form that we were expecting to see from him earlier on in the year when he had such a fantastic season in 2025. He picks up the 3 points in heat number 1. Jankovic back in second place, 2 points. Thompson in third, 1 point for him, and Kolodinskis misses out in heat number 1. Let's see it again.
Patrick Dudek in the red helmet colour makes an electric start from gate 1. Bike launches into the air as he drops the clutch. Keeps a tight line around the first bend. That's wise when the track's like it is. Heat 1, the fastest line's always going to be around the curve. Clever first bend from Jankovic. He swooped across from gate 4 and quickly tucked in on the inside behind Dudek. Like you said, Kelvin, if he was to experiment with the outside line in heat 1, first corner, you're just going to go backwards.
Yeah.
But Patrick Dudek, he looks comfortable out in front. He looked very good.
Yes, he did. He looked very confident. There was 61 seconds, so track's a bit off at the moment, but that's to be expected with the heavy rain that we had just before we got underway. But the track's going to dry, and it could actually develop into a proper racetrack with that outside line really working very well indeed. Still a big black cloud over the back of the stadium. Let's just hope that drifts by and doesn't dump any more water on the track, because we don't want it to be spoiled by the rain here this evening. Heat number 2, riders are at tapes. We'll see the world champion for the first time. And he looked very businesslike in practice, that's for sure. In qualifying, right on the pace. Nothing to choose between himself and Kurtz. Very close indeed. Max Frick starts his evening off the outside gate. Started very well last weekend, but just drifted out of the meeting at the end, which was disappointing. But he needs another big performance. He's outside the top 7. Top 7 goes straight back into next year's series, And for Max Frick, it's pretty much his only way back to be in that group of riders. Smarslik on the inside in red, Konecki out of gate number 2 in blue, Jepsen Jensen gate 3 in white, and Frick off the outside in yellow, heat number 2. Inside gate looks like it could be an advantage early doors with a greasy track. The world champion looking for his 7th championship in 8 years. Wow. Here we go. Green lights on, takes up, let's go. I'll tell you what, Frick's made a fantastic start. He's got there, got the better of the world champion. That is spectacular from Max Frick to come from gate number 4 in these conditions. Fair play to him. He fires himself to the front. Smarslik back in 2nd place. Jepsen Jensen in 3rd with Konecki out the back. But I tell you what, for Max Frick, away from gate number 4, that was a bit special.
Yeah, it really was an electric start from Max Frick, gate 4. He'll be really pleased with that. Never easy when you've got the reigning world champion on the inside of you. But he can't rest just yet. Smarslik's starting to make a little bit of ground on him. It's going to be tricky to pass right now. But Smarslik moves up the inside. Can he do it?
Down the back straight, Max Frick's just drifted off the line. Momentary lack of concentration, Frick's all over the place, and Bartosz Smarslik just barges his way through. Frick just left the door, was slightly ajar. Michael Jepsen Jensen now trying to get up the inside. Oh my goodness, it's close for 2nd and 3rd. But that's a bit of a gift for Bartosz Smarslik in heat number 2. Frick just about hanging on for 2nd place. But Frick just allowed himself just to relax a little bit too much, opened the door, and Smarslik didn't need a second invitation and charged through. Frick did well to stay on.
He did, yeah.
Going through turns 3 and 4, he was all over the place. Well, that's a bit of a Brucey bonus for Bartosz Smarslik in heat number 2. 3 points for him. Frick back in 2nd place, hanging on in the end, 2 points. 1 point for Jepsen Jensen in 3rd, and Konecki missed out. And, well, an exciting heat number 2.
Yeah, what a start for Max Frick, gate 4. Gates 1 and 4 looking the favourites again. But Max it is, it swoops across. Brilliant start from him. And to be honest, he made a mistake. He drifted off the inside line. Smarslik started to close in on him. And once you open the door to the world champion, here we see, this is the move. He pushes his way. He clips Frick's leg going into the corner. If Max had gone down there, I think the referee would have had to exclude Smarslik. This is the last corner. Frick nearly lets it happen again. Jepsen Jensen having a look up the inside, but this time Max Frick made sure he shut the door. But Smarslik was very hard on Frick going into turn 3 there.
Yep, he's racing for the championship. Max Frick just a little bit fortunate to get away with that. He hangs on for 2 points, but in my mind that should have been 3. But nonetheless, he'll be pleased with the way he got the bike off the start line. That was pretty special coming from gate number 4, but Smarslik will be more than happy to take the win, that's for sure, in his first ride tonight. As I say, he was never on the pace 7 days ago in Łódź. Inexplicable, just couldn't get the bike going at all. So accustomed to see him actually chase down, just like that race there. But he didn't do it last week, but looks like he means business here this evening. Right, Freddie Lingman's back in the Grand Prix. He's not fit. He's hobbling around. I mean, his left ankle really is very badly damaged indeed, but he's a brave man and he's back. He rode for Sweden last night. He's back in the Grand Prix here this evening. This is a good lineup actually for heat number 3.
A tasty looking lineup.
It is indeed. We've got Lingman on the inside, Dawes gate number 2, Casper Verina gate number 3, and Leon Madsen. There it is off the outside. Madsen was sensational last night. Dawn needs a big result. Verina, well, you can never take your eyes off of him. And Lindgren, despite the fact that he's injured, he's on the inside in the red helmet colour here, and you'd like to think he's got half a chance of getting into the first turn in a good spot. Here we go then. Start Marshall just making sure that Verina's in the right place. He moves away, he's happy now. Jesper Steentoft is our referee from Denmark, takes her up or away, and look at that from Madsen, fantastic. A4's working nicely, he gets across, Lingren into 2nd place, Jason Doyle just lifting momentarily. Verina, keep your eyes on him, he's all over the place at the back. He elects to go wide in turns 3 and 4, he might get round the outside, not quite, he's going to have another go, but Leon Madsen, who was very impressive for Denmark last night, is starting his evening off in fine style. Doyle's all over the place. Wow, he's taken half the fence with him. Did well to stay on.
Yeah, Doyle up on the back wheel on the back straight, clips the fence. That's allowed Verina through into 3rd. But at the start of the race, it was Madsen who made an electric start from gate 4, swept across the field. He's stolen a march out in front. He looked rapid yesterday in the Speedway World Cup semi-final, and he's looking the same again tonight.
Into the last lap, Leon Madsen with a comfortable lead after Freddie Lindgren in second place on his return to Grand Prix. This is a good ride from Fast Freddie. He's been hardly on the bike. He hobbles around. He really doesn't. Looks quite uncomfortable, actually, but he's a tough customer. Leon Madsen starts his evening off in terrific style, actually. Good start. And these sort of conditions, well, they're right up his street. And he's building on that performance from last night, no doubt about that. 3 points for Leon Madsen. He'll be pleased as punch. Freddie Lindgren, strong ride in second place for 2 points, 1 point for Verena. And Jason Doyle, who was lucky to stay on the motorbike after clouting the fence down the back straight, he fails to score in heat number 3. Ollie, that was a bit harum-scarum, but for Leon Madsen, plain sailing out in front.
It was the front two. Madsen and Lindgren were fairly untroubled out front. All the action was at the back. But it's, you see there, Madsen from gate 4 makes a really fast start. Keep your eye on Jason Doyle in the blue helmet colour. Hopefully we'll see it. He lifted there coming off the first bend. We haven't seen him. Here we go. You might see it now. This is when Verena, this is where Verena starts to make a move onto the outside of Doyle. And this is as they enter the back straight now. Lifts. Wow. Doyle nearly goes for a hot dog on the back straight. Clips the fence. Lucky to stay on, really. You'll see he shakes his head in a minute. He's not happy with that. But Leon Madsen, no problems for that man out front. Class act. Great performance from him.
Indeed it was. So Leon Madsen, just like last night, he starts his evening off with a win. He's chuffed with it, chuffed with that. Nicky Pedersen, his team manager. And it was a strange start to last night's World Cup, with 3 of the Danish riders failing to score. It was only Madsen that picked up the 3 points. But I must say that the Danish team did respond very strongly indeed. Doyle would be frustrated about that. Not always a good time to go and talk to Jason Doyle after a difficult outing like that. You've
got to pick your moments.
You've got
to read the room.
Just maybe just give him a moment or two to calm down. Not having a great campaign. It's been a tough season for Jason.
Yeah.
As I say, with 3 rounds to go, including tonight, he needs a big finish if he's going to push his way up into the top 7 and be around next year.
Brady Kurtz, yellow helmet, he'll fancy his chances here. We've just seen 2 races won from gate 4.
Yeah, so he'll be pleased. He chose the number 13 for this evening's Grand Prix. So he'll be out in heat number 4 and then straight back out after the grading break in heat number 5, where he'll start the race from the inside gate where the Lebedev's is. Crowd love it. They're already applauding their man as he comes up to tapes for his first race of the evening. But Brady Kurtz, having seen Bartosz Marslet pick up a win, he'll be very keen to do the same here in his first ride in heat number 4.
So this is a tasty looking lineup as well.
Yeah, it is. It is, with Robert Lambert out as well. Yes, Kai Hülkenberg in for Kubera, who's on the sidelines once again. It hasn't been the season that Kubera wanted. A couple of injuries, and his form hasn't been quite what he wanted. So Hülkenberg has got another opportunity here this evening. So just settling down. This will be the 4th race, and the first block of races will then be completed. So Brady Kurtz just taking his time to get ready. There's a rut there that looks like fairly close to the fence that he's going to use to try and fire himself across. We've seen a couple of guys do it already so far in this early stage of the night. But this man, 505, Robert Lambert, as we were explaining, he is in a rich vein of form. So the inside gate is Andre Lebedev's in red. Robert Lambert, gate number 2 in blue. Hülkenberg down to gate 3 in white. And Kurtz off the outside, yellow helmet colour. Gate 4's working well. Kurtz is there. He's a decent starter, Brady Kurtz. And it wouldn't be at all surprised if the man from Australia makes it. Let's go. Takes up, charging toward the first turn. Guess what? Kurtz is there. Lovely ride from him. Got Andre Lebedev's following him through. Here comes Robert Lambert right round the outside. First man to do it tonight. Clever move from Robert Lambert. Took the chance, worked a treat. But Brady Kurtz out in front, charging away, looking pretty comfortable. Here comes Robert Lambert. He's going to go for the dirt again, right on the edge of it. Just about working. But Brady Kurtz out in front, electing to go the shortest route, dominating heat number 4.
Yeah, brilliant start from Brady Kurtz, and an intelligent first corner from Robert Lambert. Didn't really have many options there, so he ran up to the outside and swept around the outside of Lebedev. So you then saw him try it again the next lap. He didn't really make any ground on Kurtz, so all 4 riders now electing to ride round that inside line. But Robert Lambert can't rest here. He's got Lebedev's quite close behind him.
Yeah.
But Brady Kurtz, World Championship leader, great ride for him.
Smashing start to the evening for Brady Kurtz. Smarslick won heat number 2, and Brady Kurtz wins heat number 4. They're locked together, nothing to choose between the two of them. But the man who leads the World Championship, courtesy of a couple of second places earlier on in the season, Kurtz gets his night off to the ideal start with 3 points in the bag. That will settle them down very nicely indeed. Track just beginning to dry out. It almost looked dusty actually in heat number 4. 3 points for Kurtz, 2 points for Robert Lambert in second place, 1 point for Lebedev in third. Hülkenberg out of the points in heat number 4. It was all about the start from Kurtz. Sensational stuff.
Oh, an electric start from Kurtz from gate 4. We know he's a good trapper, and gate 4 has been working well. You can see that rut that he chose up against the fence. He just launches off the start, and it's not just that, his speed was impressive as well. He just pulled further and further ahead, and I tell you what, the two people he pulled away from are no mugs. Robert Lambert and Lebedev, two very fast riders, and Kurtz just pulled away. That bike of his, you can see it's working really well down the straights, front wheel lifting as he comes off the corner. Time for a quick look back, but he'll be very happy with that.
And yeah, and the time is impressive as well. That's quite possibly the fastest time. We'll confirm that to you on the graphics just in a short moment. But he also looks good, he looks relaxed, and when you consider what the pressure and the circumstances he finds himself in, chasing his first World Championship, terrific from Brady Kurtz. 3 points for him, likewise for Dudek, Madsen and Smarslick. Second places for Lambert, Kvek, Lindgren and Max Frigg. Lebedevs, Thompson, Verena and Jepsen Jensen in third place, and Hülkenberg, Doyle, Finitsky and Kolodits is out of the points. Okay, let's get some reaction now. Emma's down in the pits and Leon Madsen's with her.
I can just about see you there, Leon. Bizarre weather here today. Does that affect you at all with the rain, the sun? Does that affect your preparation?
Nah, not really. It's the same for everyone. So, yeah. So you just have to deal with it, yeah. It's just a little bit strange. One moment sunshine, next moment it's raining, then it's sunshine again, and they say it's not going to come more rain, and then it's going to come even more rain. So it's been a funny day, to be honest, and yeah, a little bit difficult for the track people as well to prepare the track. But yeah, it's all right at the moment.
Leon, look, you were superb here last night for your country. A great and really comfortable start for you here tonight as well.
Yeah, it's always nice to start the meeting with a win, but obviously, as everyone can see, gate 1 and 4 is the best at the moment. I took gate 2, so I just hope that gate 1 will fade a little bit away as the meeting goes on, like it did yesterday. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. One race at the time, and yeah, that's how we do it.
I feel like we're talking to you a lot at the moment, Leon. We're always dragging you over, but with good reason. How are you full of confidence at the minute?
If we talk a lot, I think it's because I'm winning, so I don't mind that. But yeah, you know, we've been trying something new with my setup on the bikes, and it looks like we found something which we've been missing, you know. And if you feel comfortable with your equipment, with your bike, you're also gonna perform better when you have a belief and confidence in your equipment, and I have that since yesterday, so that's nice.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Best of luck, Leon, for the rest of the night.
Thank you.
So good to hear from Leon Madsen. He's having a good run just of late, and listening to him having a chat with Emma about the setup. Setup's so hugely important in modern day speedway, and there's no doubt he's clicked into gear here in the Bike-Niki over the last couple of days. Brady Kurtz, he said the best winning time by far so far in heat number 4. Track dried out, Patrick Dudek, Madsen and Smarslick in that order for the first 4 races of the night. Lebedevs has got the top speed. That'll increase actually as the evening goes on. Lambert in second place, Max Frick, and on down to Jankovic in 8th place. So Max Frick, courtesy of the fact that he got a little bit out of shape when he had that contretemps with Smarslick, he's gone the furthest distance in heat number 2. But he did go very wide in the bottom corner where it was a bit treacherous. And now the all-important gate stats. 2 wins off the inside gate, no wins from gate 2 or 3, and 2 wins off the outside. That's pretty much exactly the same as what happened last night in the Speedway World Cup meeting. 9 points scored from gate 1, 3 from gate 2, 2 points scored from gate 3, and 10 points scored from the outside gate so far this evening. Now, Brady Kurtz is straight back out here in heat number 5. And I'll tell you what, this line-up heat number 5 is very, very, very competitive. We've got 3 race winners in Kurtz, Dudek and Smarslik. And just throw in for an added bit of excitement, Mr. Entertainment himself, Kasper Verina. Good-looking race, this.
It is, yeah. Strong-looking lineup in this one. Verina off the favoured gate, probably from gate 4. Just the excitement's building in the commentary box. Verina's about to take track.
He makes me giggle because it's...
I know, I love it. I know.
So let's have a look at the next 4 races for you. Kurtz, Dudek, Smarslik, Verina. We were just chatting about that. That's a tough race. Lambert, Lindgren, Thompson and Jensen in heat number 6. Heat number 7 is Doyle looking for points. Lebedev, Panitsky and Kolodinsky. It's actually heat number 7. They're all desperate for points there. And heat number 8 is Kvek, Frick, Madsen and Hülkenberg. And Leon Madsen, who we just heard from, has started his evening off in fine style. But he's dead right. Gates 2 and 3 are going to be more challenging. And I would say in heat number 5, the world champion has probably drawn the short straw because he's got gate 3 here. Kurtz is electric off the start. He's got gate 1. And they've got Kasper Verina, of course, off gate number 4. Only race wins from there so far. So it'll be very interesting indeed. I think if Bartosz Smarslik can pick up 2 points in this race, I think he'll be relatively happy because he is not in the favoured position and it is a very competitive race. Kasper Verina could do him a favour here by making something pretty spectacular and do all sorts of stuff around the first corner and mix it up a little bit. But the 2 riders underneath Bartosz Smarslik have both won races, as I say. 3 race winners and a 3rd place for Verina, first time out. But Verina this time is on a gate where you can win from. Well, certainly the evidence that we saw in the first 4 races.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. He'll fancy his chances from there. We know the man's not short of any confidence, so he will give it a go. Kurtz is the favourite for me, though, from gate 1, I think, here. Fresh from a track grade.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when that outside line just starts to work, because there's a lot of grip out, or a lot of dirt out there, and it only needs to dry a little bit more, and all of a sudden you're going to be able to roar around the outside. And wouldn't bet against somebody like Verina actually being prepared to do something like that, or even actually Smarslik, because but almost certainly you're right, I agree with you, that Kurtz could very well hit the front here in the first turn. Smarslik might just elect to give it a real big blast through that first turn. Kurtz on the inside in red, Dudek out of gate number 2 in blue, Smarslik gate 3 in white, Verina around the outside, yellow helmet colour. Let's keep an eye out for him, or will he make an absolutely sensational start and come right across the other 3 riders? But what a lineup it is for heat number 5 early on in the Grand Prix. A little bit of a taster for what we're going to see a bit later on. Here we go then, green lights on, tapes are up, we're underway, roaring to the first turn. Guess what, Verina's made it comfortably to the first turn. Kurtz is through in the 2nd place, Smarslik through in the 3rd, but Dudek at the back. Kurtz has had to turn tight going into turn number 3 with Smarslik coming at him really hard, but Kasper Verina into lap number 2, turn number 1 and 2, holding the inside. Smarslik coming up the inside. The top 2 in the world going at it for 2nd and 3rd.
They are indeed. Kurtz in 2nd place. He's got the reigning world champion very close behind him, but it's the pole, Kasper Verina, Mr. Entertainment. A lightning start from gate 4, and he looks good out in front. Brady Kurtz, the race is starting to settle now. 2nd place, he's built up a little bit of a gap on the world champion. Oh, Kurtz under the handlebars into turn 3, turning the bike really hard.
Here we go then into the last lap. Verina's ridden beautifully in front, all under control, lovely ride from him. Some Brady Kurtz going through turns 3 and 4, lap number 4. It's all about Verina. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. And in some ways, he did Smarslik a bit of a favour because he only dropped 1 point there effectively to his closest rival.
Yeah.
But for Verina, that was he was in the right place at the right time, dropped the clutch, bike absolutely took off, and he was comfortably in the front in the first corner and stayed there. 3 points for Verina. Nice ride. Kurtz back in 2nd place, 2 points. Bartosz Smarslik in 3rd, 1 point for him, and Patrick Dudek missed out in heat number 5, which was an extremely competitive lineup.
Yeah, it was indeed. Castorina, what a start from gate 4. He's a bike length or two clear over one of the best skaters in the world, Brady Kurtz. So that's an incredible effort from there. And then I think once Farina went free, I think Kurtz's main concern was just keeping Smarslik behind him. It's a point gained on Smarslik. You're ahead of him in the table for tonight so far. But Castorina looked very good out in front and actually behaved himself.
Yeah, he rode calmly, and it was required. If he'd got a little bit excited, I sense that Kurtz would have been out of pounds, but moves on to 4 points out of his first 2 rides from gate 3 and gate 4. That's a good, strong start, actually, for the Polish rider. Winner of round number 1, of course, but the championship leader, 5 out of 6. He'll be chuffed with that. There won't be too much to concern himself with. Riders are at tapes for heat number 6. We'll see Lambert for the second time. There he is, the man who's in 3rd place in the World Championship, a winner just 7 days ago in Łódź, of course, our first visit there. Jepsen Jensen, well, what can he do from gate number 4? He's looking for a big ride this time. Just picked up 1 point in his first ride. Line up for you in heat 6. Lambert on the inside in red. Lindgren gate number 2 in blue. Thompson in here, gate number 3 in white. And Jepsen Jensen, his compatriot, on the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Good looking lineup. Robert Lambert looking for his first win of the evening. Can he do it from the inside gate? Lindgren gate 2 picked up 2 very handy points in his first ride. But Lambert will be keen to hit the front in heat number 6. Takes her up. We're underway, and Lambert's made a lovely start. He's going to get there. Jepsen Jensen's in close attendance. So Freddie Lindgren's gone very wide. He's coming charging down the back straight. He's gained a lot of speed, but he's got to scrub it all off as he goes into turn number 3 with Jepsen Jensen turning to the inside. But Robert Lambert away now. And we'll see exactly what Robert Lambert's all about. He's been riding out of the top drawer just lately, and that bike's working a treat. But Freddie Lindgren, I tell you what, he's looking very useful and back in 3rd place, in the dirt round the outside.
He is. Freddie Lindgren starting to use that outside line more than we've seen so far tonight from anyone. Here he goes, sends the bike deep into turn 1 and 2. Looks like he's lost. Oh, he's lifted. He's lost a bit of ground there. That line is starting to become better. But it's Robert Lambert from gate 1. What a start. He'll be really pleased with this.
Slip the ride. Robert Lambert, winner of round number 7. Looking good on the bike, I must say. Don't think he's ridden any better. Relaxed, flowing on the bike, not fighting it, not overriding it. Nice ride from Robert Lambert. They'll be pleased with that. 2 rides going along very nicely indeed. Picked up 2 points first time out. Backs it up with 3 points in his second ride. 5 points out of 6. He joins Brady Kurtz at the top of the charts after a couple of rides so far this evening. Lambert 3 points out in front. Jepsen Jensen back in 2nd place. Freddie Lindgren in 3rd. Looked pretty good there, Freddie Lindgren, 1 point. And Anders Thompson just out of the points off gate number 3. Missed the start, actually, Thompson.
Yeah, he did. Jepsen Jensen makes a good jump from gate 4, but Robert Lambert's bike from gate 1 just pulls to the corner slightly better. Allows him to dominate the first corner. There we see Jepsen Jensen and Freddie Lindgren backing the bike into turn 3, turning it really hard. The track's it's developing a blue groove on the inside now, which is when the rubber starts to lay on the track, and you can actually get a lot of grip from that. Once your tyre gets hot, it almost sticks to the blue groove, and that seems to be the fastest line at the moment. There isn't enough dirt and grip on the outside just yet for it to be
I think it's still a bit wet.
Yeah, possibly.
Because it looks like there's quite a lot there, Ollie, but it just looks like it's still a little bit greasy.
Yeah,
maybe another race or 2 and they can really have a go at it. So riders coming to tapes for heat number 7. It's been a bit of... 2 of the boys had a couple of bikes out, but I think they've stuck with their original choices. There's the standings. Lambert and Kurtz on 5, leading the way from Verena and Smarslik on 4 points at this early stage of round number 8 in the Bike-Niki. Plenty of work going on since last year's Grand Prix. Different dirt, banking, wider corners. I think the rain just before the evening just sort of spoilt the race in early doors. I think it'll get better. Doors on the inside in red. Lebedev's gate number 2 in blue. Panitsky gate 3 in white. From the outside this time in the yellow helmet colour. It's Kolodinskis, the wild card, takes her up and we're away. Good start from Doyle. Doyle's going to get there. Nice line from the Australian. Failed to score first time out. Needs some points here. He's off the first turn. Kolodinskis is coming at him. Had to come out of the throttle. Crikey. Lebedevs is having a real go here. Very wide round the outside. He's coming at him. He's coming hard. Hits the front. Brilliant stuff from Lebedevs. Crowd on their feet as he comes across the start and finish line into the first turn. And Lebedevs, he means business here in heat number 7. Good ride.
Yeah, brilliant ride from that fella there in the blue helmet colour, Andrei Lebedev.
Look at the crowd.
What a first lap from him. The crowd are on their feet here. First man to really use the outside line, and it was on turns 3 and 4, and he is now pulling away. You can see him out in it now, letting the bike run. Kolodinskis has a dive up the inside of Doyle. Doyle's getting the heat, doesn't give an inch, does he? There's no way he was going to move out of the way.
But Andrei Lebedevs is flying in front. This is very impressive indeed. Superb move earlier on in the race to get the better of Jason Doyle, and he delights the home crowd. They're on their feet cheering him home, and that was exactly what the doctor ordered for the home crowd. And Andrei Lebedevs surges into contention in this Grand Prix with a fine ride in his second ride tonight, getting the better of the former world champion Jason Doyle.
Oh, listen to the crowd.
Yeah, the crowd absolutely roaring him in. That's what they've come to see. Lebedevs with a stunning ride, 3 points for him. Doyle back in second place, 2 points, 1 point for Kolodinskis. I thought he was going to literally drill into the side of Doyle late on in the race, but he didn't. But we'll see it again. This was a brave move by Lebedevs, but it paid off big time.
It was indeed. He's in third place at the moment here. Go down the back straight. He's in the blue helmet colour. This is the first lap. You'll see him switch to the outside. Goes deep into turn 3. This is what the new banking allows you to do. Puts his back wheel in that deeper dirt, gets more traction and fires around the outside of Jason Doyle. Catches him by surprise almost. I tell you what, that nearly caught Doyle by surprise. He nearly had a Latvian drill him in the side.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have appreciated that.
No, he wouldn't have thanked him for it.
That fella there in the blue helmet colour, Lebedevs. What a ride from him, and the crowd, like you say, on their feet, they loved it.
They did indeed. So good to see. And Lebedevs has won his first race of the evening, moves on to 4 points. Strong start for the home crowd favourite, who is desperate to win his first Grand Prix, and no better place to do it than here in the Bajkoniki in round number 8. Heat 8 will see the second block of races completed. Everybody will have had 2 rides. Jan Kvek out for his second ride. He had a good qualifying. Kvek, who had 2 points from his first ride, so he's looking to back that up. He's in the box seat. He's got gate number 1, but Madsen's out. But Madsen's got more of a challenge here. Kvek's on the inside in red, gate number 2 alongside Maxrick in blue. Leon Madsen comes out at gate number 3 in white, not ideal gate number 3. And from the outside is the German Kai Hülkenberg in the yellow helmet colour. Madsen did say to Emma actually a little bit earlier on, gates 1 and 4 are great. See how Madsen goes from gate 3 this time. Probably a bit more of a challenge, obviously. Go. Here we go. Just can't get the grip off the start, can you? Kvek's got there. Hülkenberg's electing to go right round the outside. It might work. No, he's just too far back. That's a good first corner from Kvek. From the inside now, Kvek is running wide. Max Frick's going with him. We've got Hülkenberg coming at Jan Kvek right up the inside. Leon Madsen is out of the points. But I tell you what, Hülkenberg very nearly got the better of Kvek as they completed the first lap.
He did indeed. You could see what Kvek was thinking. He was trying that outside line that Lebedevs used, but it just didn't work for him. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, Kvek on the back wheel.
Hülkenberg putting Kvek under pressure. Kvek lifts, allowing Hülkenberg to close in on him. But those 2 riders out front there, Hülkenberg, another dive up the inside. He's using those ruts on the inside really well. Kvek, he can't afford to relax now.
Close out in front, close for third as well, with Leon Madsen at the back, out of the points at the moment. But Jan Kvek under massive pressure. This is the best ride I've seen from Kai Hülkenberg in a long, long time. But Jan Kvek picks up 3 points. He'll be pleased with that. He's looking for more speed. Tricky track. I've got to say it's a tricky track. I'm looking down on the first corner and it's chopped up quite severely. And I would say that riders are just having to be a little bit circumspect. Madsen out of gate number 3 just shows you how tough it is there. And to pick up any points from gate 3, you've done well. 3 points for Quebec off the inside, 2 points for Hülkenberg. Good ride from him. 1 point for Max Frick in third place, and Leon Madsen, no points from him in heat number 8. Everybody's had a couple of rides, but this race was all about the front two in Quebec and Kai Hülkenberg.
It was indeed. Both trying contrasting lines on the first corner there. Hülkenberg went really wide. Oh, that's Quebec on the back wheel.
Yeah, impressive that.
It is impressive. He lost an awful lot of speed doing it. Yeah, Jan Quebec, he did hold on for the win, but didn't make life easy for himself. The ruts around the inside of the track it's a precarious place to ride.
Yeah.
However, if you can get round there, it's the fastest place to be at the moment.
Indeed it is, and Jan Quebec managed to do it, but you're absolutely right, Ollie. He was under a lot of pressure, but the track is just beginning to deteriorate a little bit. 5 points for Lambert, Brady Kurtz and Quebec. They lead the way. The inside on that first corner, we can see it clearly. Looks challenging to me. That's Verina, Lebedevs, Schmarslik on 4, Patrick Dudek 3, Madsen likewise, Jepsen, Jensen, Lindgren, Max Frick all on 3 points, and so on down. But Lambert, Kurtz and Jan Quebec, they are leading the way on 5 points. So yes, there was a lot of time. I sensed after practice that Phil Morris and his crew were concerned about the track. They did have to do some tyre picking, but time to pop back down to the pits. Emma is joined by Jan Quebec.
Yeah, Jan, you were under a fair bit of pressure in that last heat, but you handled it exceptionally well.
Well, I was a good gate from start of the meeting, so I'm happy I have a 3 and then two in the first heat, 2 points, and now I won the heat, but still I can't feel comfortable on the bike, so I will be making a little more smaller changes, and we'll see. I will try to my best today.
What kind of changes?
I think just make it a bike a little bit smooth, because sometimes when I'm hit something was too aggressive for me, so I will do only smaller change to make a bike smoother, and hope it will be better.
Jan, I know you need to chill for a few minutes, but one more question. You seem to really be growing in confidence as the GP season progresses. Do you feel that in yourself?
Yeah, I feel, I was last 2 years in a GP, so I was getting so many experience, so now I try to fix it everything and make it better, so I'm happy this season I have a little bit more better.
Thanks, Jan.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good strong start for Jan Quebec. 5 points from his 6 possible, and going along very nicely indeed. A mate of mine at home told me that Jan Quebec was going to win here this evening. I said that was doubtful, but he's started very strongly here this evening. So, best winning time so far this evening is by Robert Lambert with a 62.648. Closely followed by Brady Kurtz with a 62.72. Lebedevs has got the highest speed, and that's not a surprise, and it's by some distance actually, 116 kilometres an hour, and the next best is 113. Lebedevs did look very impressive in heat number 7. So Kolodinskis has gone the furthest with 1,445 metres. Max Frick now has been overhauled by Kolodinskis. And now the all-important gate statistics. Right, 4 wins from the inside, 1 round of gate number 2, no wins from gate 3, and 3 race wins from the outside gate. The points that have been scored from those respective gates are this: 19 points, 8, 3 and 18 points. So very little to choose between gate number 1 and gate number 4. So it's all building up very nicely. Everybody's had a couple of rides. Track is a little bit more challenging than it was yesterday, I would suggest. Yesterday it was silky smooth, but we can clearly see that track has just roughed up a touch. They're going to have to keep on top of that here tonight. So we can have a look back at the last 4 races. Heat number 5, of course, was dominated by Verina. Brady Kurtz coming through in 2nd place with Schmarslik back in 3rd, but he was coming out of that gate number 3, and nobody's won a race from gate 3 in the first 8 races here so far this evening. tight between Kurtz and Smarslick, but Farina, very accomplished ride out in front. Unusual for him, because normally he does something pretty spectacular, but that was fairly straightforward, but a nice ride nonetheless. Now we see heat number 7, and Robert Lambert makes a lovely start. Jepsen Jensen is there in close proximity in the first corner, but Lambert pulls away and looks really good.
Yeah, he did. Lambert looks really confident at the moment. You can sense it when you're around him in his presence. He's matured this year. And you see in the form that we've expected for a few years now, really.
Looks good, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Really
looks
good.
very good. Yeah, it's good to see.
Lovely ride. So he gets his first win of the night. They're charging him from the drone into the first corner. Down the back straight, and this is Doyle. Doyle's in front, but Lebedev pulls off a pretty stunning move. He goes from third to first here as he roars around the outside of the Australian and Kolodinskis.
Yeah, he did indeed. Only rider to really maximise that dirt on the outside so far tonight. Hopefully it will become more of a factor as the night goes on.
Yeah.
Those ruts around the inside at the moment, as dangerous as, well, I say as tricky as they are fraught with danger. They are fast.
They are. You get a bit more grip off them and it fires you forward. Now this was heat number 8, and Jankovic on the inside. He just about gets there. We've got Kai Heckenbeck on the outside, who keeps him honest throughout the 4 laps.
Yeah, he does indeed. There's Kvek on the back wheel coming off the corner. He made hard work of that race. He said he's going to try and change his bike a little bit to make it more sort of easier to ride. So.
Indeed. So get your tickets for the World Cup final on 29th of August in the PGE Narrowberry Stadium. Of course, we know all the runners and riders now for what is going to be a spectacular night in a spectacular stadium. There's going to be literally tens of thousands of people there. Go along if you can, and of course please listen in to our SGP 2026 podcast, Chat SGP. I mean,
there's a good one coming up. There's a very good one coming up.
Who's that?
Yeah,
Who's that then?
I heard a preview of it earlier.
Okay.
I heard someone rattling on in the background. Some quality stories coming out from Mr. Satan. Yeah.
Okay, so
it's a good one.
Yeah,
it's
if
good,
you want to be bored for half hour, then tune in. But no, enjoyed it very much with Carl. It was something that could well be worth listening to. But the next 4 races are here. More importantly, heat number 9. You've embarrassed me now. Jepsen Jensen is going
as much as when the podcast comes out.
Heat number 9, heat number 10, we've got Madsen, Smarslick, Lebedev and Thompson. Max Frick, Verena, Kolodinskis and Lambert out in heat number 11. And then with Kurtz, Quebec, Lindgren and Panitsky, heat number 12. There your next 4 heats for you. But I say, Bartosz Smarslick, he'll be keen to get another win under his belt because Kurtz is looking good tonight. Heat number 10 for him. And he'll need to do something because Lebedev's looked mightily impressive. But Lebedev's has got gate 3, and there's no doubt. I watched.
They don't move, do they? It's so slick.
Yeah, and Leon Madsen, heat number 8, he dropped the clutch and just went nowhere at all. Spun all the way to the first corner, and that's frustrating. Jason Doyle, who led his previous race in heat number 7, but just couldn't quite manage to hang on in front with a strong move from Lebedev's, but Jason could do with a heat win here and just get him well and truly involved in this Grand Prix. What is he on? He's got a couple of points so far from 2 rides. He's got 2 gate 4s to come and a gate 3. These next 2 rides for Jason are really going to define his Grand Prix. They do need to pick up, I would say, 5 points in the next 2 rides for the Australian to make sure of an LCQ tonight.
Yeah, they do indeed. It's time to crack on really for him. And now we see Phil Morris, he's just conducting things out there. There's quite an extensive amount of track work going on at the moment.
I can understand it, actually.
Yeah, I can, but you look at we can see here from the commentary box, the inside turns 1 and 2. No, very rutty, and it's hard. There's nothing they're going to do about that. That's going to be there for the rest of the night, regardless. The only way that becomes not a factor is if you start to get an outside line and that becomes a faster place to ride. But when you get ruts like that develop on a track, they are fast. If you can hold on to the bike and ride through them, then as tricky as it can be, they will be fast. And
you know, I hated them.
Yeah, I did. I'll tell you, a man will go through there, no doubt.
Bomber Harris?
Bomber Harris, no problem. Harris, be straight through there, no worries. But Casper Verina,
Shame
he'll
he's
go
not
through
here.
there.
Shame he's not here.
Yeah,
But you're right, yeah.
That's right up Harrison Street, yeah.
Verina won't be concerned about those. He'll have a go at that. But
Look, they're top-class riders, aren't they? The majority of the riders that feel confident in themselves at the moment, they're going to ride on that part of the track, and it's going to be fast. But there'll be the odd incident, I think. You know,
Quite
you'll have to hang on. Yeah.
But I was just looking at the score charts from the Grand Prix, the 7 rounds that we've had so far. Looking at Jason Doyle's performances, the last 3 rounds have been disappointing. He's only scored 12 points in the last 3 Grand Prix. So, as I say, with 3 rounds to go in the 2026 series, if Jason's going to be around next year, he's going to have some very big performances. We've seen it in the past, but in 26 with some more injuries, and he's got knocked about.
Yeah, he's had a tough year. He's had lots of little niggles, hasn't he? And it seems like he returns from injury, has a crash, and knocks himself again. It's been tough for Jason because he's not had a bad year. He's on the pace. Yeah. It just hasn't. You know, he's had some tough gate draws in the last chance qualifiers.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? Because he's just crept in, and then you get the short straw each time, and that puts you up against it with only one rider going through. He's riding for Bellevue. He's come back to ride in the UK. Doing a good job, actually.
He says he really enjoys it there. Yeah, he loves it at Bellevue. Yeah.
And he's done a good job for them. And as I say, he's coming out the very next race, an extended grading break here, which you understand because they're trying to keep this track as safe as possible for the guys tonight. Okay, so while we've got this extended break, Emma's rushing around down there, and Casper Verina is with her.
Casper, Heat 5, you managed to keep the top 2 at bay. That was incredible.
Oh, well, I had a little help from Gate 4 at that moment, but yeah, managed to do that, so I'm glad.
How is the track out there, Casper?
I mean, it's okay for now. Can't really complain. It's okay.
Casper, I've got to ask you, we never quite know what you're going to do out there. What is going through your mind? Do you know?
Oh, well, yeah, I'm aware. I think of all the time when I'm on track. I'm, 100% focused, and yeah.
You are pure joy to watch, Casper. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not sure I quite agree with everything he's just said there. I'm not sure sometimes he knows exactly what he's doing, but he has the heart of a lion, that's for sure, and he's very brave at times. I'm not sure all of the competitors appreciate him, but so far this evening he's going along nicely. He's a Grand Prix rider next year because he has qualified through from Terenzano, which is the Grand Prix Challenge, so he's back next year. But as we said earlier on, he won round 1. He hasn't been able to replicate that subsequently, but he's the sort of guy that I think he'd be very pleased to do and put on get into another final, get on the rostrum again, just to sort of consolidate his first season as a fully fledged Grand Prix rider. So riders now back out on track for heat number 9, making their way round. And plenty of work on the track. Looks nice actually, the track. Just that inside, just got to be a little bit cautious of that. Riders coming up, Michael Jepsen-Jensen. Michael Jepsen-Jensen's had a quiet start, 3 points, a third and a second so far. He's got gate 1 here, and the man, he's had 4 finals this year, Michael Jepsen-Jensen. Hasn't won one, but a race win here would be, and double his score, would be very handy indeed. But Jason Doyle off the outside, wouldn't put it past him. He might just be able to jump out. Dudek's got the short straw on gate number 3.
Yeah, tough from there.
Indeed it is. And Kai Hülkenberg, who was right on the pace and chased Jankovic home, he's back out again. That was a more encouraging ride for the German. So the lineup heat number 9 is Jepsen-Jensen inside gate, red helmet colour. Kai Hülkenberg, gate number 2 is blue. Dudek, gate 3 in white, and Jason Doyle will start the race from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Here we go. Racing back underway very shortly indeed. Star Marshal moves away. Green light is on now. We're away. Charging towards the first turn. It's all about Michael Jepsen-Jensen. The fight's worked beautifully, but he's gone wide. Left the door open for Doyle. Mistake. Recovers. He had to recover because he left the door wide open. Doyle fired himself through, but he squared the corner off and managed to get himself back to the front. Jepsen-Jensen for the first time this evening is out in front. Dudek's back in third with Hülkenberg out the back. But Michael Jepsen-Jensen looking to double his score in heat number 9.
Yeah, good start from Jepsen-Jensen. Drifted a little bit wide on the first bend, allowed Doyle to move through. Jepsen Jensen swiftly cut back and went underneath him. Let the bike run a little bit deeper into turns 1 and 2 there. I'm sure it's really beneficial. He's doing it again on turns 3 and 4. Maybe that outside line is starting to work a little bit.
It's better down in turns 3 and 4 than in the first and second corner. They are beginning to move out, which actually is a safer ride. It's much smoother there. But Michael Jepsen Jensen, very impressive indeed. I like the way he rides. He's got a unique style, and he's looked really, really accomplished in heat number 9. Showed a clean pair of heels to the opposition. Doyle strong in second place, Dudek back in third. But for Jepsen Jensen, who had 3 points coming into heat number 9, off the inside gate, picks up his first race win of the night. And he'll be chuffed with that. 3 points for Jepsen Jensen, Doyle back in second place, 2 points, 1 point for Dudek in third, and Kyle Hülkenberg missed out in heat number 9. No overtaking, track's pretty slick, not easy to overtake, but the start is electric off the inside.
Yeah, really fast start from Jepsen Jensen. It's gates 1 and 4 again that come out best. Doyle, clever ride from him. He moves up the inside of Jepsen Jensen, only for him to then return the favour. Like you said, Jepsen Jensen has a unique style, rides very upright. He gets the bike on the middle part of the tyre, plenty of traction. And on these kind of tracks, it does suit that. You can see, look at the rear wheel there flexing as it goes through the ruts. It's not easy through there.
Tubeless tyres in the Grand Prix as well, isn't it?
Tubeless tyres, high revs. Not a great combination for track conditions like that, but Michael, he made it work there.
So race win off the inside. Very timely indeed for Michael Jepsen Jensen, a former Grand Prix winner way back in 2012. Can you believe it? Okay, heat number 10, riders are out. We'll see the world champion for the 3rd time this evening. We'll see Anders Thompson for the 3rd time as well. And Thompson needs to get going, just looks a bit subdued so far this evening. And just 1 point from his 2 outings so far. Leon Madsen, he's got 3 points. He's had a win and a last. It's a bit, it sort of sums up his season, actually. A win and a last. He's been up and down, but last night he was absolutely rock solid. He starts the race from the inside in the red helmet colour. Schmarzlik gate 2 in blue. Lebedev's out of gate number 3 in white. What can he do from there? And Anders Thompson from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Keep your eyes on Thompson. It's a sort of moment off the outside where he might just be able to pounce. Here we go then. Heat number 10. Start marshals away. Green lights on. Clutches are out, and Schmarzlik's made a lovely start out of gate number 2. Smashing stuff from him. The world champion really turning on a style. Charges down the back straight. Lebedev's out of gate number 3. Roars round the outside. Comes through in the 2nd place. Leon Madsen struggling now. Has gone back to the back. So keep your eyes on Lebedev's. He is flying in 2nd place. And Schmarzlik is going to have to really ride with eyes in the back of his head, but that was a lovely move right around the inside. Schmarzlik, the world champion, out of gate number 2, pulling away in front now.
Yeah, this is the first time we've seen a start from gate 2, and it's Bartosz Schmarzlik. That would be a concern for his competitors. He's using the inside line on turn 1 and 2 to perfection.
Yeah.
He's not afraid at all to put the back wheel in those ruts, and he's using it to his advantage. He's relaxed, he's confident going through it, and he is streaking away in the lead. There's no doubt that is the fastest line on the track.
Tell you what, he's got over a half a straight lead. This is very impressive. Leon Madsen has finally got the better of Thompson, coming through into 3rd place. There's a chance for 2nd and 3rd, and Leon Madsen from nowhere, from literally nowhere, Leon Madsen has grabbed 2nd place and got the better of Lebedev's. Lebedev's relaxed off the last corner, and Leon Madsen pounced, and that's a very useful 2 points for Leon Madsen in heat number 10. But a stunning display from the 6-time world champion in heat number 10. 3 points for him. Leon Madsen with a very fine ride to come through into 2nd place, 2 points, 1 point for Lebedev's. Anders Thompson just not at the races tonight. He fails to score in heat number 10. But the way Bartosz Schmarzlik went about his business in this one was a sight to behold.
It was a lot to digest here. First of all, it's a rapid start from gate 2 from Schmarzlik. It's the first time we've seen that tonight. And then after that, he's oozing confidence out in front. He's not worried at all about those ruts. Leon Madsen at the back there, he gets involved with the scrap with Thompson over the first lap or so, eventually passes him, and this is him on the last corner. No, it's not, it's him earlier in the race. He's on the outside, that's when he swoops around the outside of Thompson.
He suddenly sort of switched on.
He did, really. I think Lebedev's rode a conservative line. If you're going to ride the inside and not go through the ruts, it's a waste of time. You're better off being where Madsen is. But Schmarzlik, I mean, we know he's a fantastic motorcyclist, but that was very. It shows the level of the confidence of the man, doesn't it? To
Classy ride
yeah.
from the 6-time world champion.
Yeah.
And he mean business here this evening. If he wasn't feeling very confident, he wouldn't have done that. But he went further and further and further away. Totally dominant in heat number 10. Heat number 11, riders are at tapes. Just digging around, doing a bit of gardening. Casper Verina is out once again. He's coming out of gate number 2. Just seen the world champion make the start from there. And despite the fact that gate number 1 has been very fruitful so far. Max Frick's on gate 1 this time. He's got the red helmet colour. Verina out of gate number 2 in blue. Kolodinski's gate 3 in white. And Lambert goes from the outside, yellow helmet colour. Lambert going along nicely. He's on 5 points from his first 2 rides. But it could be quite a tussle here. Here we go then, takes up, charging towards the first turn, and it's Frick. Frick's made a nice start. He hugs the inside. Lambert's going very, very wide, but Frick's got the lead, but Lambert's got choices down the back straight. Has to wait, elects to go fast and deep into turns 3 and 4. That is just majestic from Robert Lambert. Quality indeed, you're absolutely right. Robert Lambert fires himself to the front with a stunning move around the outside of the Australian. Casper Verina under pressure from Kolodinskis at the back, but this is all about the move from Lambert. Top draw ride.
Yeah, really good first lap for Robert Lambert. He made a pretty good start from gate 4, but wasn't quite there. He went wide onto the first bend. Like you say, he had to pause down the back straight to decide whether to go inside or outside of Frick. Frick left the outside open, and Robert swept round the outside, oozing confidence, oozing class, and he looks brilliant out in front, riding a completely different line to the one that Smarzek used. Be interested to see the race time. But
well, Lambert just looks in a class of his own here, and has dominated the race with a lovely move early on to get the better of Frick, and in truth has been able to really enjoy himself out in front. Spectacular ride from the form rider into the world of Speedway, coming into round number 8 here in the Bike-Niki. Back-to-back race wins for the British rider, 3rd in the World Championship, looking good. 3 points for Lambert, lovely ride. 2 points for Max Frick in 2nd place. Casper Verina, 1 point in 3rd, and Kolodinskis missed out in heat number 11. Watch this again, this move, top draw.
Yeah, it's time to use that saying. It certainly was top draw. Robert Lambert goes wide on the first bend, doesn't quite make the start he wants to. This is going into turn 3. You'll see him come into picture now. He's deep in the outside. He's on that deeper part of the track. You can see his bike's pulling really hard. He sweeps around the outside of Max Frick. And yeah, Robert Lambert, really good ride from him. Completely different line to Smarzek. He elected to ride wider, which I think is the safer line if you've got the speed and the time to do it. Whether it's faster or not, I'm not quite sure.
So a solid score for Lambert. Just dropped 1 point so far this evening. Going along, he'll want to go straight through to the final. He's got 8 points, 7 points for Bartosz Smarzek, but Brady Kurtz has a ride to come, and Kurtz is out here in heat number 12. This will complete the 3rd block of races, and then the standings will become a little clearer. Kurtz is on 5, but as I say, he's got a ride in hand, and he's got gate number 1, and the way he's riding and the form is in, well, I would say with the line up here, with respect to the other 3, Kurtz is the favourite. Bit of gardening.
He is indeed.
So line up for heat number 12 is Kurtz on the inside, red helmet colour. Kvek out of gate number 2 in blue, Lindgren gate 3 in white, and Panetsky off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Kurtz will be disappointed if he drops points here, I would say. This will be a race he would have looked at and thought, yeah, off the inside, I need to nail this, I need the 3 points. Here we go. Start marshals away, green light is on. Long pause, tapes are up, but Kurtz has made a lovely start. Panetsky's made a nice one. He's come across from the outside, but he's going to roar around the outside. It's gone far too far, actually. It's now just about hanging on to 2nd place. Kurtz is looking good. Lindgren is all over the place in 3rd place. Leg training, my goodness, his bike. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
That is wild out the back with Lindgren, who is far from fit. But Freddie Kurtz is away out in front. Freddie Lindgren, not quite sure how he stayed on. Kvek is giving him a hard time.
He is indeed. Freddie Lindgren on the back wheel down the home straight there. Panetsky at the moment in 2nd place. But it's Brady Kurtz out in front. He's stretching his lead. He's using that outside line that Lambert was using, and he's pulling further and further ahead. Lindgren, his steel shoes now fallen off. You can see he's not the man he was prior to the injury.
Quebec into the last lap, Ollie. He's got to have a go here, but Lindgren, I tell you what, he's holding firm. He's hanging tough. Not easy without a steel shoe. Desperate to hang on to third place, but for Brady Kurtz, a race he fancied himself in, and he duly delivered. Panitsky with a solid second place. Quebec will be disappointed with that. Has ridden strongly this weekend. The steel shoe from Freddie lying in the middle of the track. You got to feel for Lindgren.
Yeah.
You got to feel for him, but he's hobbling around the pits. At one point he was really in trouble in that race.
Oh, look at that. Look at Quebec picking his mate's steel shoe up. Team
Top
player.
Man. Top man. Brady Kurtz, he's a top man as well. 3 points for him, comfortably out in front. Panitsky with a solid ride in second place, 2 points. Freddie Lindgren with a hard-charging, hard-working third place, 1 point for him. And Jan Quebec will be disappointed to have missed out in heat number 12. We'll watch it again.
Yeah, keep your eye on Brady Kurtz in the red helmet colour. Bike launches off gate 1. He gets there just ahead of Parnitsky. Opts to stay low on the first corner, goes through those ruts, comes out miles clear. Freddie Lindgren goes really hard into the third corner, gets all just gets out of control there, overturns it. Then you'll see him pick up. Then he's got to turn it hard again. He now cuts back, and as he goes across, that bike on the back wheel, whoa, on the back wheel. Yeah.
I tell you what, he did well to stay on there.
He did really, and this is where the steel shoe will flick off. It nearly pings Quebec as it flies through the air. Nearly got him. That's how Quebec knew where it was.
Yeah.
Nearly hit him.
Well, maybe he was going to give it back to him, give him a clout.
Yeah.
How dare you throw that at me during the race. But for Brady Kurtz, going along very nicely, and Robert Lambert and Brady Kurtz lead the way on 8 points each. They're looking good. Smarzlik's back in third place on 7. And then we've got Michael Jepsen-Jensen on 6. Jan Quebec is on 5, so is Leon Madsen. Kasper Verena likewise. Andre Lebedev's, loads of them on 5 points. Max Frick likewise. Patrick Dudek on 4. But Robert Lambert and Brady Kurtz leading the way on 8 points at this stage. Okay, let's take the opportunity to go back down into the pits. Emma is joined by the world champion, Bartosz Smarzlik.
Bartek, you obviously couldn't hear it, but our commentary team was singing your praises in Heat 10 when you were totally dominant. How are you finding it out there?
I changed the setup and I feel on the track this moment so feel better because the today so gating is so much different and must be full focus and have the good plan for the gating because the later is hard for the pass.
What have you changed?
This is mine.
Bartek, look, at this stage in the season, you'll be totally aware of everybody talking about you and Brady. We spoke to Brady earlier and he said, it's inevitable. Of course I'm going to be aware. Are you hyper aware of it, Bartek?
I've been many times the same situation and doesn't matter when I full focus for the end of the season. I make my job.
Love that. Thank you so much. Best of luck for the rest of the night.
Thank you.
So good to hear from the world champion, and as he said, that was very significant. I've been in this position once or twice before, so he's just giving it his very best. But Lambert and Kurtz looking good with their race times a little bit earlier on in heats 6 and 4. This championship's building up pretty nicely, isn't it? I mean, there's no doubt there's rivalry there. They don't hate each other, but there's respect, but they're not going to be best buddies. Not when you're trying to get the world championship. Robert Lambert, he's ramped up the speed. He put the turbo on 120 kilometres an hour. Started at just over 110. Kolodinskis, he's gone the furthest. He's been, he went on the scenic route there, 1,509 metres. Couldn't have had a lot of fuel left. And then the gates. Here we go. This will be interesting. 6 wins now off the inside, 2 wins out of gate number 2, no wins from gate 3. That's awful tonight. And then plenty of wins from the outside. The points scored, this is very interesting indeed. Probably the most important. 29 points, 12 from gate number 2, 6 only points scored from gate 3, and 25 points scored from gate number 4. Yeah, Bartosz Smarzlik, I don't think he's completely comfortable doing interviews during the evening, but it is good to hear from him. I think it's well worth hearing from him. But you sense that, as you said, full focus from all those guys chasing the championship.
Absolutely. Here we see a replay of one of the races earlier. This is when Jepsen Jensen dives up the inside of Doyle into turn 3. The Danish boys, having ridden last night, Madsen and Jepsen Jensen, no doubt it will have helped them that they've experienced this track. However, it is different from last night. It's a lot ruttier around the inside.
I don't want to be too contradictory, but Leon Madsen started well, but he got 2 points in the last one, but I don't think he's completely come to. I tell you what, Anders Thompson's really having a difficult night.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
He's only got 1 point from 3 rides. He's going to have to win his next 2, isn't he, to make the LCQ?
He is, yeah. Thompson doesn't look great. He struggled in his first ride last night for Denmark. Obviously, he finished with a win, but this is the race where Leon Madsen comes from the back and ends up getting second place from Lebedev.
Yes.
That was a good ride by him.
Yes.
You see him, this is when he moves around the outside of Thompson. He will eventually do the same to Lebedev's on the last bend, which is no mean feat. Lebedev's is fast around here. I think he just caught him unaware, really.
Yeah.
I think Lebedev's was being a little bit lazy, riding on an easier part of the track.
A little bit complacent later on in the race.
So.
Tapes up, and we're roaring away once again. And it's Max Frick out in front initially, but this is this lovely move from Robert Lambert as they go down into the bottom corner. He just had to roll out of the throttle momentarily, but beautifully set on the bike, balance absolutely perfect, like ballet around the outside. That was from Robert Lambert, showing just how good he is, and picks up his second win of the evening and leads away alongside Brady Kurtz. Kurtz in heat number 12 off the inside. Pretty straightforward ride here for Brady Kurtz.
Yeah, Brady rode a really good ride here. Good start from gate 1. Most of the action here was by Mr. Lindgren. There you see him going deep into turn 3, backs the bike in, straightens up, he'll throw another huge slide, then turns it back, and now it's showtime on the back wheel. There we go. He's at 12 o'clock down the home straight. He's looking at the sky. And this
he must have been thinking, why have I come back? Because I'll tell you what, he did well away on here, and then he loses his steel shoe. That's very uncomfortable as well.
Yeah.
But no such drama for Brady Kurtz, the Australian, the leader of the World Championship, going along very nicely, and that 1 point advantage for Kurtz over Smarslik when they met is significant. Right, okay, the next 4 races for you. So here are the next 4 races for you. I'll rattle through that once we've had a slight pause. So we did see the graphic for the next 4 races. Heat number 13, you've got Vinitsky, Madsen, Lambert and Dudek. Good looking rider. Lambert out of gate 3. What can he do from there? Tough. Thompson, Kurtz, Frick, Doyle, heat number 14. Hülkenberg, Kolodinskis, Lindgren and Smarslik in heat 15. And Kasper Verina, Jepsen Jensen, Kvek and Andrei Lebedevs will race against each other in heat number 16. Get your tickets for the Speedway World Cup final at the end of the month on the 29th of August in the PGE Narodowy Stadium in Warsaw. What a night of Speedway. We've got Poland, Australia, Great Britain and Denmark going head to head for the World Cup, which is back after a 3-year absence. Poland are the holders. The podcast, Chat SGP, it's well worth a listen. SGP 2026. So heat number 13, we're at the midway point of the night, going along very nicely. Track's tricky. Racing hasn't been quite as exciting or overtaking has been challenging tonight. I think just the wear and tear over the last couple of days just coming through. Prime Minister of Latvia on the left-hand side. Great to have him in attendance, just to give the night a little bit more of a higher profile. But yeah, it's pretty cool to have the leader of the country in attendance for a Speedway Grand Prix here in the capital city of Riga.
He obviously heard you were here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to have dinner with him later.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Can I come?
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, we'll see. Okay, don't get your hopes up. Okay, anyway. So
you're just worried I'll take some of your food.
Well, there's no doubt about that. that's
turn you back.
No, I'm going to have to do a podcast on that. Anyway, heat number 16. The kids are here. They're loving it. As I say, the weather's behaving. The temperature's just over 20 degrees, so it's a nice night. Big crowd, good atmosphere, and what is not to like? As I say, people relaxing, enjoying themselves at the World Championship. Panitsky's back out here. He's got gate number 1. He picked up a couple of points last time. Michael Jepsen-Jensen, he's on to 6 points so far this evening. We'll see Jepsen-Jensen. He's got a wait, actually. He's not out until heat number 16, the Danish rider. I fancied him for a win so far. He hasn't quite managed it, but we do go on to Boyens, actually, in the early part of September. And of course, that is where he won as a wild card, actually, way back in 2012. Michael Jepsen-Jensen. And I'm sure he would love to win there if he doesn't win tonight. It's lovely. All business. All business.
Oh, yes.
And
it's not his first rodeo. He's been here before.
No. Exactly that. Steely determination. Doesn't want to give up the World Championship. Brady Kurtz is going to have to win it. He's not going to be handed it. A lot of interest in the way the track is being prepared here now. Little bit of water, lots of tyre packing, and concern over the fact that the track, they do not want this track to break up and become too unpredictable. Thomas Topinka doing his job in the tractor, grading around the inside. I've actually used the spikes around the inside, which is a little bit of a surprise to me.
I wonder whether they're just trying to break the edges off those ruts.
That's a good point.
Possibly.
It's a good point.
Yeah, lots of track work going on at the moment. There's Michael Jepsen-Jensen. All the riders watching intently over the pit wall. They're always keen to see what's going on during these track grading breaks. From a rider's point of view, you're looking to see what changes have been made. Has the dirt been pulled back? Is the outside line going to be the place to be? What you're trying to do really is work out a plan of where you're going to ride when you go out.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I was talking about the next round, Boyens, and that is actually on the September the 12th when we move into Denmark, and then we move on to complete the series on the 26th of September in Torren. Of course, Michael Jepsen-Jensen has very fond memories of Boyens. He absolutely broke Nicky Pedersen's heart that night, because Pedersen was coming out of the last corner, thought he'd won the Grand Prix, and Michael Jepsen-Jensen said, no, you haven't, and stole it on the run to the line. A dramatic finish, and it was an extraordinary season for Jepsen-Jensen. He was the under-21 world champion that year. He won the Grand Prix as a wild card. He also won the World Cup in Manila with Michael Bent, Niels Christian Iversen and Nicky Pedersen. It was a wonderful season for him, but it was almost like it came too quickly for him, because subsequently he found it very difficult to live up to that. But now, in his mid-30s, more mature, I think he's ready for the big time now. So riders back out on track. Heat number 13 is with us. Lambert and Kurtz leading the way on 8 points apiece. Top 2 go straight through to the final. The next 8 go into 2 last chance qualifiers, where only the winners will join the top 2. So if you can go straight through to the final, you can avoid the tension and the stress of a last chance qualifier. Madsen, good ride last time. You're right about that. Good ride from Madsen. He came from nowhere to come into second place. He's on 5 points. Needs another good ride, this time out of gate number 2. He's got that a couple of times tonight, Madsen, so he'll be hoping it works well for him. Gate number 1 is the place to be, though. And there's no doubt that Nazar Panitsky, if he drops the clutch at the right time, I wouldn't be at all surprised to see him in the first corner with his nose in front. Panitsky's there, inside gate, red helmet colour. Leon Madsen, gate 2 in blue. Robert Lambert, gate 3 in white. And Dudek off the outside. And Dudek off the outside is yellow, helmet colour. He started well, but he hasn't been able to back it up. Gate number 4, right up against the fence. Well, let's see if that works for him here. Gate number 13, revs are up, takes her up, we're away. Charging in for the first turn, and it's Leon Madsen. He's made a lovely start. Really good stuff. He's hugging the inside. Lambert's gone very wide, and that's allowed Panitsky through in the second place, but not for long, because Lambert, with lots and lots and lots of speed, is roaring around the outside, but they've tar-packed it. It isn't as grippy here in heat number 13. He's now having to change tack. It's gone back to the inside, and Dudek's progress very much slowed down, but Lambert is all over the back of Leon Madsen now. Madsen's going to have to ride like he's stolen his motorbike, because Lambert's coming for him.
He is indeed. Lambert's now going back to that outside line on turns 1 and 2. There's just not quite enough traction there. I think he's going to have to go back to those ruts on the curb. Leon Madsen is riding an intelligent line around the inside. since the track grade in the outside line has disappeared to a degree.
It has indeed.
That's the line, Robert, that's the one.
Oh, he's closed in. One last chance. Down the back straight for the last time, and Leon Madsen is going to have to ride. Yeah, smart, does so. And that's a good ride from Leon Madsen because, tight for third. I think Dudek just about got the better of Panitsky on the run to the line. 2 races in one there. They were a long way behind Dudek and Panitsky. But for Leon Madsen and Robert Lambert, good racing out in front. And Leon Madsen all of a sudden has put himself right in the picture tonight. It was a good start from gate number 2. Lambert did well, considering how poor gate number 3 is. Picks up 2 very useful points. But Madsen out in front picks up another race win here. 3 points for him, 2 points for Robert Lambert. Spectacular riding from Lambert again. Dudek coming through into third place right at the death. And Nazar Panitsky misses out in heat number 13. But just one blip tonight from Neil Madsen. Apart from that, he's only dropped 1 point from the other 3 rides.
Yeah, it's a good ride from Leon. You see, this is the end of the race. This is Dudek moving around the outside of Panitsky. Not sure whether he got there or not. Here we see the slow-mo. Yeah, Dudek takes third place on the line.
Well, I hope he did. I've just said the result that he did. It's close though, you're right. It's just by about half a bike, so he's there. He needed that, Dudek, because he started well. He looked really good. But subsequently, points have been hard to come by for the Polish boy. And what is he on to now? He's on 5. He needs a win off the inside in heat 17. Nicky Pedersen and Leon Madsen, 8 points out of 12. Big ride in his last one. Don't think he's going to go in the final straight away. He's an LCQ bound, but if you can have a good score, then a gate pick, a gate selection is going to be crucial if you want to make the final. Heat 14. We'll see Kurtz here. Thompson's on the inside in red. Kurtz gate number 2 in blue. Max Frick out of gate 3 in white. And Doyle off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. 3 Australians and Thompson, the Danish rider, on the inside. Frick needs a big ride here. He does. He's in 10th place at the moment. Got 5 points, no race win. He's got gate 3, not easy. Tapes up, we're going. And what is it? Doyle from the outside. Doyle's done well, but he's gone a little bit wide. That opens the door, and Kurtz, cool as you like. Absolutely brilliant on the first corner.
Oh, Doyle.
Doyle's just pulled a locker, and that Max Frick had to take avoiding action, going very wide indeed. But Brady Kurtz out in front, looking good here. And Doyle hugging the inside. It looks a little bit untidy, but Frick has dropped back from Jason Doyle, but this is good news for Brady Kurtz out of gate 2 up against his compatriot. It's going good for Kurtz again tonight.
It is indeed. Jason Doyle was the first to show from the start. He got across. Kurtz going into turn 1. He just lifted across the corner. Intelligent ride from Kurtz. He didn't panic. He kept the bike on those grooves around the first bend, and it just towed him up the inside. He's now pulling further and further ahead from Jason Doyle.
Good stuff from Kurtz, isn't it? And he's comfortable out in front. Frick, they're all spread out here. Overtaking really is at a premium. That half a mistake from Doyle, costly in the first corner. And Kurtz was grateful, moved through, right place, right time, fought the championship leader. And going along very smoothly, moves on to 11 points now and leads the Grand Prix. It's another very impressive display from the man who is leading the championship. And he won here last year, of course. 3 points for Brady Kurtz. Jason Doyle in second place, 2 points. Max Frick back in third, and Anders Thompson's having an awful night. He's only got 1 point from 4 rides. Couldn't see that. Won heat 19 last night. You would have thought that really would have boosted it, but he just doesn't look at the races tonight.
No, it doesn't at all. There's a replay of the first bend. It's Doyle who made the start, and like I said, makes a little mistake. I mean, wow, he's almost backwards into turn 3 there, completely overturns the bike. Recovers it well though. Max Frick, he's trying that outside line, but it's just not there at the moment. It's not working. There's no doubt the fastest line is riding across those grooves on the inside. There you see that Ashtec GM of Kurtz working really well tonight.
Going along very nicely. Just dropped 1 point in his second ride, but nonetheless very impressive once again, keeping the pressure on Smarslick. Smarslick, who dropped a point to Kurtz in heat number 5, might be costly, might be. Smarslick can do something about that and join and move on to 10 points off gate number 4 here. He needs to win this race actually, Smarslick, if he wants to try and make the final, because Kurtz, no matter what he does, it's going to be a point in front. Robert Lambert dropping a point last time out. Just leaves the door slightly ajar for Smarslick, but he has to win this race. So, slight delay on the start line. Hülkenberg's on the inside in red, Kulodinskas gate number 2 in blue, Freddie Lindgren out of gate 3 in white, and Smarslick gate 4 in yellow. And this might just be an opportunity for Smarslick to fire himself to the front. Very impressive last time, Smarslick was. Here we go, away we go, and he's going to get there.
Oh, that's tight, that's tight.
Oh, I tell you what, that was much tighter than I thought it was going to be. And he's out of shape, and Kai Hülkenberg is cleared off. Freddie Lindgren now through into 3rd place. I tell you what,
this is going to be a race.
That could have gone all very wrong indeed, but Kai Hülkenberg, he will not want to drop a point to Kai Hülkenberg here. Smarslick right round the inside. Quality from Smarslick. Hülkenberg on the back wheel. Thought he was going to run over him going into turn number 3. Fortunately, Hülkenberg comes out of the throttle just in the nick of time, and Smarslick, with an untidy first couple of laps, finds himself in front, and that race looked quite straightforward. Wow, he's had to work very hard for it. Really hard.
Yeah, he did indeed. You have to say, Smarslick's got that inside line absolutely dialed in. He had one thing on his mind when he followed Hülkenberg into the corner.
Yeah.
Now you see him doing it there, back wheel on those fronts, and he's absolutely streaking away in front. I mean, it's chaos at the back. There's riders going all over the place.
Still shoot Lindgren off again.
Lindgren's got issues with the steel shoe.
Indeed he has. But for Bartosz Smarslick, he had issues with Kai Hülkenberg early on, but
nearly speared him.
He did, and he kept his composure, and as I say, it was a vital win. He moves on to 10 points, and as a consequence, he's into the top 2 in the Grand Prix. 3 points for Smarslick, very useful win. Kai Hülkenberg's having a better night, 2 points for him. Lindgren with his steel shoe, again, left on the track, 1 point in 3rd place, and Kulodinskas, who ran over the stiff shoe, won't thank him for it, failed to score. But this was quite a hectic race here, actually.
It was indeed. It was a surprise that Smarslick didn't make the start from gate 4. He got a big nudge from Lindgren, and he held his ground. Here's the slow-mo of Smarslick. The bike snakes a little bit off gate 4. It's not getting the grip he wants. Right. Freddie, tough customer there, barges into the side of him, but Smarslick didn't move an inch. On the back wheel, both legs off. We saw Casper Verina do that earlier today. Not ideal, don't recommend it. But this is where Smarslick uses that clever line round the inside, hits rut after rut and just drives up the inside. And this is Hülkenberg on the back wheel. Wow! Nearly runs up the back of the world champion. Smarslick had no idea how close he was to getting a German front wheel right in the midships.
Tell you what, that was wild, wasn't it? And that could have very easily gone wrong.
Yeah.
But for Smarslick, he's digging in, three wins and a 3rd place tonight. That means he's on 10, but he has moved into 2nd place. At the moment, he is an automatic qualifier for the final, but everybody has at least one more ride to come. Smarslick, we will see him off gate number 1 against Robert Lambert, which is a crucial race for the final. There's the standings. 11 to Kurtz, Smarslick on 10. Lambert and Smarslick will race against each other. They're on gates 1 and 2 in heat number 20. Building up really nicely, isn't it? Top 3 in the world coming to the fore again.
They are indeed. We can see why they're leading the championship. They really are the outstanding riders tonight so far.
They are indeed. It doesn't matter what sort of conditions, they're producing it. Verina's on the inside in red. Jepsen Jensen, gate number 2 in blue. Jan Kovac needs points, gate 3 in white. And off the outside is the home fan favourite, Andrei Lebedev.
This could be a dust-up.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Lebedev could do with a win here. Really could. Let's go racing. Away we go. And it's Verina makes a lovely start. Oh, my goodness, this is going to end in tears.
Here we go.
Oh, nasty. Nasty.
I can see that coming.
Lebedev's just turning the bike inside out. Michael Jepsen Jensen came off 2nd best there.
Yeah, Lebedev's doing the right thing, checking on Jepsen Jensen. Jensen took quite a hit there. For once, Verina's in the race, but was not involved in the trouble.
No. So fingers crossed now for Michael Jepsen Jensen, who hasn't moved. Concern, immediate reaction from Lebedev's, and a nasty, awkward incident in the first corner. And Michael being attended by the paramedics immediately. But that just went wrong. Lebedev's just lost it.
Yeah,
Jepsen Jensen just couldn't get out of the way.
No, Lebedev's almost turned it inside out on the first corner.
Yeah, he did.
The problem is when someone does that in front of you and you're riding through that kind of rutty part of the track, it's hard to then pull a locker and miss someone because you're getting a lot of traction yourself.
Important race for Lebedev's, but he's going to be excluded for that. He is the primary cause of the stoppage.
Yeah, for sure.
This mistake has created the carnage on the first corner. Still concerned for Michael Jepsen Jensen. Let's hope he's okay, but he hasn't moved very much. I do hope he hasn't.
Lebedev's.
It is, yeah, because
you've got to, when you look at that programme as a rider, you've got to earmark your rides off gate 4 and gate 1 in particular to maximise your points. Lebedev's been he's going to be excluded.
Say it again now.
Farina, he's clear. Goes around the inside. Lebedev cuts back, lifts. He has to turn to avoid Farina. So nasty for Jepsen Jensen.
He gets so much grip off that rut on the way in, doesn't he, when he turns hard?
Yeah, he does.
Quebec's bike packed up.
He'll be lucky to be in the rerun, he will. Lebedev turns to miss Farina.
Well, if he hadn't done, he would have wiped Farina out.
He would have, yeah. So
either way, he's going to be excluded.
Yeah.
He's lost control there. The track's caught him out. Yeah. And Michael Jepsen Jensen.
It's a nasty crash for Jepsen. It's awkward, isn't it? The bike, you can see the bike from Lebedev. It launches and lifts across the corner.
Nasty. He's landed on the bike. I'll tell you what, he might well have broken something there, Michael Jepsen Jensen.
Yeah.
A lot of concern for him. He hasn't moved. Not at all.
And the other thing that's worth pointing out here is when the race was stopped, Quebec wasn't under power. So he should... nasty whack there for Lebedev. So that man's as hard as nails, isn't he, the Latvian? But be surprised if Quebec's not excluded as well, because he wasn't under power.
So there are two lights on, white and yellow, have the exclusive. So you're absolutely right, Ollie. Yankovic's bike was not under power when and it's good to see Michael Jepsen Jensen up. I thought he might have been quite seriously injured there, but for Lebedev, that's a blow.
That's a shame. He's got gate 3 left. It's not ideal.
No, and so all of a sudden, a little bit of attention to that part of the track as well. It has been. We have a very good view of the first corner, and it has been quite rutty there. You can see it clearly. But Yankovic, his evening hasn't quite gone to plan, and an issue with the bike on the start line. It coughed and spluttered, but didn't go anywhere. And as a consequence, he is out of heat number 16. Shame. He's been going along quite well. Quebec, how many points has he got? He's got 5, I think. He's got 5. He needs to win his last ride of gate 4 in heat number 20. But
he's only got Smarsik and Lambert in that one. So.
Yeah, so it's a fairly straightforward ride for him. So
give him the points.
Yeah, that's not easy. Michael Jepsen Jensen looks okay. I'm pleased, because he didn't move for quite a long time. Maybe he was winded.
Yeah, it could have been. It was an awkward looking crash.
Lebedev's frustrated. Lebedev's is out in heat number 17. He's off gate number 3, as you rightly say. But he's going to have to do something pretty spectacular, because he's on 5. He's going to lead at least 2 points. He's got 1 race win, which could be handy. Be handy. He will want to make the LCQ. This just sort of sums up Lebedev's season, doesn't it? He just can't quite get in a rhythm. He can't quite put a meeting together.
Yeah.
And here at home, he would have been desperate to have done better than this.
Yeah, it would have been great to see him have a good night tonight in front of this crowd.
Well, he did last year. He made the podium. I mean, it was very emotional. He had his 2 children up there. It was great to see, actually.
Yeah.
But if he's going to replicate that, he's going to have something pretty spectacular. And coming out in heat 17, Michael Jepsen Jensen making his way back. Good to see him okay. He'll be in the rerun. Madsen just making sure he's okay. But this rerun, very important. Farina's doing all right this tonight, you know.
He is.
He's going to need this win, though. He's got 2 gate 1s to finish his night. He's on 5, and you could see him finish on 11.
He's going to get a minimum of 2 out of this one.
Yeah, so just the 2 of them. It's like a match race situation. Plenty of work going on the first corner, Ollie. They've got spades and shovels trying to take the rough edges off the ruts, trying to just make it just to make it a little bit more helpful to the rider.
there.
More reaction down in the pits. Emma's with Nicky Pedersen.
Nicky, how is Michael?
He's actually all right, you know. It was a nasty crash. He landed straight on his back, so he didn't even take the brace out. But he's pain, and like he said, the track is a bit like cement there. So when you hit it, it's rock hard when you crash like that.
You were closer to the action than we were. What did you see?
Well, there's a lot of rods, you know, coming into the turns, and actually Lebedev wanted to get the advantage from that, and he did. But then he was having the tracking things right into the guy in front of him, and he had to lock the bike up to not run into him, and he slipped away with the back wheel and locked it up badly, and Michael just ran into him.
Really disappointing for both of them, really.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to crash like that, you know. It's a World Championship, you want to score some points.
Thank you, Nicky.
Thank you.
Yeah, he explained it pretty much spot on, actually, and it is good to see Marco Jepsen-Jensen back. As you rightly say, he is guaranteed a couple of points here. He's in 5th place. He's on 6 points. He's had 1 win, which was last time off of gate number 1. And if he can move on to 8 with a ride left. What's he got left in his last ride? He's got gate 4 and gate number 19, Jepsen-Jensen. So still could put himself in a good position for a gate selection for the LCQ. And it's not beyond the realms of possibility that he'll make another final here tonight. But a nasty moment. Riders coming back out on track, just 2 of them this time. Jepsen-Jensen will be on another bike. That other bike was a bit twisted and a bit knocked about. So they're coming out on a fresh one. He's just done a practice start. They'll just adjust the rear chain because they slacken off the first time you do a start. An opportunity for Verina, though. He's on 5 points. He's had 1 win from the outside gate a little bit earlier on in gate number 5. But gate 1 now, he's got gate 1 in this race, and then again, when's he out again? Well, fairly shortly afterwards, actually, Verina. I think it's 17 or 18, I can't quite see that, but Casper Verina, inside gate. I wouldn't be at all surprised if he wins this relatively comfortably. Marco Jepsen-Jensen must be feeling knocked about.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. You'd like to think Verina will command the start and into the first bend from that favoured gate 1.
Verina's out in 18 off the inside gate again, so opportunity for him to finish with 6 points. So there he is, inside gate for Verina. Red helmet colour, Marco Jepsen-Jensen, gate number 2 in blue. Excluded is Jan Kvek and Andrei Lebedev, so it's just the 2 of them. It's a match race. They're guaranteed minimum 2 points, but of course the opportunity to get the best possible gate pick for the LCQ. Want to pick up 3 if you can. Here we go then. Takes up. We're away. Verina's made a lovely start. He gets himself to the front. Marco Jepsen-Jensen electing to go very wide indeed.
He's staying out of trouble, isn't he?
Yeah, it's almost like he's comfortable with finishing in 2nd place here, just riding himself back into the Grand Prix after a pretty shocking crash in the first corner first time around. Verina, though,
he's going straight through the danger zone. He is.
He's not concerned at all. There are warning signs as you go in the first corner, but he's ignoring them. Casper Verina out in front, dominating heat number 16.
Yeah, Casper Verina, there a slightly more conservative line there from Verina mid-track. That's what I'd be doing, I think. First couple of laps, he went, I said, through the danger zone on the inside of the first and second bend. But yeah, as expected, Casper Verina with a comfortable win here.
It's looking good. He's going to move on. He had 5 points. He's going to move on to 8 points, but he'll have 2 race wins, courtesy of heat a little bit early on. Heat number 5, and Casper Verina picks up a comfortable win with Marco Jepsen-Jensen just kind of riding himself back into the GP after a pretty heavy crash in the first corner first time around. But Jepsen-Jensen, he moves on to 8 points. Verina, as a courtesy of that race, he's moving on to 8, putting himself in good contention. So useful 3 points for the Polish man out in front. Jepsen-Jensen back in 2nd place, 2 points. No points for Kvek or Lebedev, both excluded from heat number 16.
Yeah, an eye on Casper Verina in the red helmet colour here. He certainly looks the more committed of the 2. Like you say, I think Jepsen-Jensen was happy just to get the 2 points and get out of Dodge safely. There's Casper Verina Sends it round the inside, back wheel on those ruts. He's not bothered about those. Looks a good start. He's the bike lane clear. And from then on, he just sort of stretches his lead. The gap he developed over Jepsen Jensen allowed him to start riding mid-track a little bit more sensibly as the race went on. But he'll be pleased with that, and he finishes another Gate 1. If he can win that, that'll be 11 points and 3 race wins, which would leave him with a decent gate pick in the last chance qualifier.
Absolutely right. So, although he's had a slight dip at times, but that gate choice he had early on, finishing his qualifying races on 2 Gate 1s, may just be quite useful indeed. Kurtz leads away on 11, Smarslik's there into 2nd place on 10, Lambert in 3rd place on 10, Leon Madsen on 8 points, Farina moving into 8 points as well. Okay, let's get some more reaction. And Brady Kurtz is joining Emma in the pits.
Brady, a moment ago I said to you, how you feeling? You said, I'm always good. I think anybody would be in your position. You've only dropped a single point all night. You are absolutely flying out there.
Yeah, so far so good. Made a few good starts, and yeah, bike's been working well, and team's been doing a perfect job so far.
There seems to be a real air of determination as well in your racing out there.
Isn't there always? No, I'm just trying to do my job. I think the important thing is just to keep making good starts and keep giving myself the opportunity to be in the final. And yeah, so far we're looking all right, but one very important heat to go.
That very important thing being what you did here last year, winning. Can you do that?
I hope so, but another heat before then, before I even get to the final. So yeah, we'll keep working on the bike, making sure that everything's good to go, and it's just up to me then.
Well, as it stands, you're going straight through to the final, but best of luck in your next heat. Thanks, Brady.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, good to hear from Brady Kurtz. He's on 11 points. He finishes his qualifying heats in heat number 19, but he's got Gate 3. Leon Madsen's on the inside of him, and Michael Jepsen Jensen's on the outside of him. And I'll tell you what, he's going to have to have his wits about him if he wants to pick up at least 2 points to confirm himself as a finalist without and avoid an LCQ. Here's the top speed, and that's all about Robert Lambert, who has been again very impressive tonight. Smarslik there on 117 kilometres, but Lambert's speed is very impressive from heat number 11. Kolodinskis, he's gone the furthest so far tonight in heat number 11, 1,509 metres. So, gate statistics, inside gate working well, 7 wins, 4 wins from Gate 2, no wins out of Gate 3, and 5 wins from Gate number 4. Points scored, very important this. 34 points scored from the inside gate, 20 points from Gate 2, 10 points from Gate 3, and 31 points from Gate 4. So those 2 gates are remaining very much the favoured gates, and I'm expecting them to be popular when we come to gate selection for LCQ and the final a little bit later on. One more block of races, lots of work going on turns 1 and 2. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people out there working hard on the track. Let's have a look back at the highlights of the last block of races. Doyle makes a good start, but just runs a little bit right wide and leaves the door open for Brady Kurtz, who is quite grateful and comes through and picks up another win.
Yeah, it does indeed. That was where Doyle turned it backwards coming into turn 3. Frick trying that outside line, but that really has deteriorated. There's no doubt the fastest part of the track is around the curve. There's Brady Kurtz, he's comfortable riding through there. There we go. This is Hülkenberg on the inside.
Smarslik coming from the outside, and it was a bit untidy this first lap.
It was, yeah.
And he had to work a bit harder than I think he was expecting to do. And Freddie Lingman, oh, that could have... I'll tell you what, this race, Smarslik was very fortunate.
There was two,
well, he's untidy there. Yeah. But a little bit later on, Hülkenberg could easily run in the back of him.
Yeah. When Hülkenberg lifts on the back straight, I think we'll see it now. No, not this one. Is it? Yes, it is this one. Here we go. Wow. Yeah, very close. Smarslik was very close to having Hülkenberg run into the back of him. But in the end, the world champ gets the job done, as he does.
And it was very important he did.
Yes, it
because
was,
as a consequence, he's put himself into a position to go straight through with one ride to go. Verena match race.
Yeah, Verena, gate 1, looked a lot more comfortable or confident out of the two riders here. Or I would say committed, probably. He's more committed to the race win. Jepsen Jensen, I think, is happy after that crash just to take 2 points, come out of it unscathed and go again.
Yeah,
Verena, that's that second win of the night.
Yeah, it's looking good. He's into 5th place, and he's got the inside gate in heat number 18, so he could just put himself into a very strong position for the LCQ. So, as I've said, there is a small army of people working on the track in the first corner, trying to keep those ruts at bay. Get your tickets for the Speedway World Cup, 29th of August in the PGE Navadori Stadium. At the end of this month, it's going to be a fabulous night of Speedway. Get along there if you can. So a bit of water's gone down. So they're tyre packing. Not much work going on in turns 3 and 4, but certainly boys with rakes and shovels are trying to do their very best on the track on the inside of first and second corner. Emma is working hard as always, and Robert Lambert is with her now.
Robert, you're having a great night. I think actually you got a top draw from Calvin in Heat 11. Are you enjoying it out there?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a few ruts on the inside there, which is making it a challenge, which I quite like. But yeah, I'm happy the track has dried up a bit now. It was not easy after the grade.
I feel like I ask you this a lot, but with good reason, Robert. There is, of course, a lot of talk around Brady and Bartek, but as it stands, you're the in-form rider in the world. Do you quite like the fact that you're almost creeping up to them, but falling under the radar?
I think you should just keep talking about them and let me do my job.
Look, we saw you get your first SGP win this season. Are we going to see you get another one tonight?
Who knows? You know, we've still got some races to go, and yeah, we'll have a chat and see where we're at the end.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, very professional. Doesn't want to commit to himself too much, but he's got a fight on his hands here, because if he's going to go straight through to the final, he's got to get the better of Bartosz Zmarzlik in heat number 20. Zmarzlik's on gate number 1. Robert Lambert is on gate 2. Doyle and Kvek are out as well. But you've got to believe that those two boys on the inside, they're going to get their elbows out going to the first corner, that's for sure. Riders waiting patiently for heat number 17.
Hang on, we've got Kelvin's favourite song on at the moment. He's dancing away.
I should be in Ibiza. This is there. This is everywhere, this song at the moment.
Yeah,
Next 4 races, let's rattle through these. Heat number 17, Dudek's faded out. He needs to win this last race. Frick, Lebedevs and Lindgren. All of those guys need to win, and they'll be in the LCQ comfortably. Verena looking good now, and Thompson's had an awful night. So is Panitsky. Hülkenberg on 4. Then heat number 19 is Kolodinskis, Leon Max and Brady Kurtz out of gate 3. Pressure on Kurtz there with Max and Jepsen Jensen either side of him, and Zmarzlik and Lambert head to head in gates 1 and 2 with Doyle and Kvek. Heat number 20. Don't go anywhere, because these last 4 races will have a huge impact on the outcome of this Grand Prix, without doubt.
Yeah, that man needs to produce something off gate 3. If anyone can, it would be him. He's probably the best trapper in the world. I am struggling to concentrate at the moment, though, because Kelvin is dancing next to me again. That man, though, he's concentrated, he's focused.
Yeah, he's not dancing around, he's conserving his energy, which is the right thing to be doing. Gate 3 hasn't had a winner all night. He finishes his qualifying races there. The top 2 in the world in picture right now. They were the top 2 from qualifying as well. Just so little to choose between the 2 of them, battling for this World Championship in 2026. It really is making it into a vintage season. As I say, we've had 7 Grand Prix, we've had 7 different winners. Will we see for the first time tonight a rider pick up and become a multiple Grand Prix winner in 2026? I
fancy watching you.
Yeah, well, you've got to learn from the best, mate. Heat 17 is not too far away. I do embarrass myself when I do it. It's it's quite an infectious summer tune, isn't it? It's everywhere every place you go to, it's been played flat out. There's the position. Brady Kurtz, I've got it in front of me. He's on 11 points. 10 points for Smarslick. And Lambert needs to beat Smarslick in heat number 20 to make sure he gets through to the final. Leon Madsen and Verena coming up next. So Patrick Dudek, he needs a big ride here.
He does.
He's got gate 1 as well. Yep. But Dudek, after winning heat number 1, he's only scored 2 points since, but he has got the inside gate here, and if Dudek wants to be in the LCQ, he's got to win it.
He'll fancy that after a track grade, gate 1 round the curve. Happy days.
Yeah. He looked really good in his first ride, but
yeah.
hasn't looked anything like that subsequently. No. Maybe just the draws worked against him. Coming out, when you have number 1 draw, you come out after the grade, the fresh track grade, every time.
Yeah.
And possibly 2, 3 and 4 with a fresh track, it's been difficult.
Good.
Just been difficult, maybe.
Yeah. See the calm before the storm. All the riders there sat on their bikes, waiting for the green light from Big Phil to say that the track's ready to go.
Yeah.
Plenty of work going on. We've seen some water go down. We've seen.
Tell you what, these two are enjoying themselves. They're really having a go, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. I think they look like they've been sampling the local beverages as well.
Right. Is that what that is?
I would imagine so. Well, that's what it did to you. So.
Okay.
So
right.
that's where I've seen that before.
Yeah, it's more of the old school type of movement. But fair play to them. They're still, I can actually see them. I'm looking down to the left, and they're really having a smashing time.
Yeah, they're just in front of us. There's some proper moves going on there.
Bit of amber nectar there for the Aussie gentleman. And
guy's
it's really good
muscles.
to see people enjoying themselves at the Grand Prix.
Yeah, it's been a good crowd. It's been a great atmosphere all day. Really friendly atmosphere, and it's a lovely town, lovely place to come, and I recommend it to any Grand Prix lover out there. Riga is a place to visit for sure. Okay, look at the moves.
Yeah. So plenty of energy out there still.
Resident DJ Carlitos keeping the crowd going.
Oh yeah.
Doing a great job.
Last in the tunes out.
Yeah. He thinks he's back in Ibiza.
Yeah. Certainly is. Just looking where Lebedev's is. It's got gate 3 here. That's gone all wrong for Andre now. It's that crash in heat 16 off of gate 4. I'm not sure he's going to make the LCQ, you know.
No, it's going to be tough from there, isn't it?
It's going to be very difficult for him. He needs a win. He's got gate 3. He's had a win earlier on off gate 2, but he's had 2 gate 3s. Actually, when he drew his number tonight, I couldn't believe it actually, because he could have gone for 2. I think he could have had a better draw. He got a bit confused, but he might just be able to prove the doubters like me wrong and pick up a win here. But it is, as we've seen the evidence all night long, actually trying to win a race from gate number 3 has proved very, very difficult indeed.
Looking down on the track from our commentary position, you can see there's very little grip on gate 3 whatsoever, especially after they've watered it. Yeah, it's going to be a tough ask from there. But Patrick Dudek, I think, is in the driving seat in this race.
Might have just fallen right from him.
Yeah, he'd be able to.
And a bit of water, they tyre pack the outside. That inside gate looks like there might just be a little bit more grip on the run to the first corner. Thomas Topinka and the tractor, they are now leaving, and the grading has been completed. Riders are on their way out for heat number 17. Lebedev's coming out for the last time, I think. I hope it's not, but it's quite possible for the last time tonight. This man, as I say, he's in 10th place, but this is an important ride for him, because if he can pick up the 3 points, then the LCQ is very much on the cards. He's making his way back to his team, having done a practice start. How much time have we got? About 50 seconds, so he should be all right. Just had a check, and he's back on his way now. Arena having a chat with Bartosz Smiles. Of course, they're teammates, actually. They're teammates in Poland and Sweden. So they know each other very well indeed. There's the standings, there's the position. Everybody's got one more qualifying race to come now. Last block of races. All sorts of permutations lie ahead for riders. You've just got to maximise your opportunities in this final ride. Gotta say, Freddie Lindgren, I do hope he's got a new strap for his steel shoe, because he's lost it twice tonight.
He has, yeah.
And that's the injured ankle as well. So it's kind of compounded the problems he's had tonight. He's on the he's on the outside, but Patrick Dudek is on the inside. He's in red. Max Frick is gate 2 in blue. Lebedev's gate 3 in white. And Freddie Lindgren is on the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Here we go then. Here we go. Fantastic evening of Speedway. Last 4 qualifying races coming up for you right now. Heat number 17. Takes her up. And away we go. And it's Dudek. Dudek's made a lovely start. He fires himself to the front. Max Frick is following him through on the first turn. They're down the back straight. Lindgren's gone a country mile. He's going a million miles an hour. And he's gone down. And I'll tell you what, Lebedev's has had to put the bike down as well behind him. That little bit of water that's gone down caught him out there. He was going in there at a fair old rate as well, wasn't he? He was absolutely hurtling down that back straight.
Yeah, he was indeed. And when you're carrying an injury like he is, the last thing you need is that. Lebedev's there shaking his head. He's not happy. He had to lay the bike down to avoid Freddie. You can see the limp Freddie's got going on at the moment there. Apparently he's flying back to Poland tonight in a private jet, I heard.
Who's that?
Freddie. I heard you did lend him yours, did you?
Well, he didn't ask, so if you don't ask, you don't get. But obviously somebody's been very generous, because you know, maybe he's going to have some more treatment, because tomorrow, I believe, he's meant to be riding for Lublin against Wrocław.
Yeah, big league match tomorrow for him.
Yeah, so, but this is not really what he was looking for, is it? Dudek off the inside initially, but you just watch the speed that Freddie's got down the back straight. Absolutely roars down here, but the track's greasy.
It is. Lots of water went down. You know, the bike just goes from underneath him, and then
Lebedev has to put it down.
Well, Lebedev gets a nasty knock because he actually slides into Freddie's bike and sort of hits the back of that. You'll see him now. No, you don't. Here goes Freddie. Yeah, Freddie gets a load of grip just before the corner and then loses traction as he turns. That's where, there you go. Lebedev sort of lumps into Freddie's bike, which is not ideal. Yeah, caught out by the track conditions. There's just nothing out there at the moment, is there?
So Freddie has been excluded from heat number 17. So we'll have a rerun with 3 riders only. Lebedev has had another bump on his back there. He's had a couple of falls in his last 2 rides. Not the sort of home Grand Prix he was looking for. And Freddie, as he literally drags himself back to his pit box. I mean, he's ridden last night and tonight, and he's given it his very best. You have to admire his commitment to the cause, but I tell you what, that is a very nasty injury that he is having to deal with. And when you consider that, well, the rides he's been in, I mean, he's been leg trailing, and that's just very uncomfortable indeed. Lebedev's coming out here, 3 of them. Lebedev needs a win, really. He's in 11th, and he's up against Dudek here. He's got to get the better of Dudek. With Dudek on the inside, that would suggest to me that he's got to get himself to the front.
Yeah, with me, I think Dudek's certainly in the driving seat here. It'd be great to see Lebedev make an LCQ and maybe force his way into the final. The roof will come off this place.
It's a long shot, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's another bike, actually. That's a change of bike. You can see it looks nice and clean and tidy, so they've obviously just rolled the dice here a little bit.
Yeah.
Dudek is the one that is arguably in the pole position for this heat number 17.
Yeah, he's indeed.
He's got that inside gate with a freshly prepared track. It's a bit greasy and a little bit slippery on the outside. So Lebedev's just doing a practice start on his spare bike. He's making his way round. Crowd love him. Yeah. They absolutely adore him. And they're making their way and they're making their feelings known. He's a very popular chap in these parts. Fair play to him. He's a really nice guy, actually. I had a long chat with him last weekend. Not about Speedway, actually. It was all about motocross. But he's a rider that takes his job very seriously, and he's a bit frustrated that this season just hasn't quite gone to plan. But you have years like that. Last year, top 6 runner throughout. But this year, it's been a little bit more difficult, but could well just get out of jail because of the way and the results that happened in Terenzano in the GP Challenge. Freddie, his night is over, I would suggest. Yes, it is. So a fine effort, but just not quite good enough for an LCQ here on his return to Grand Prix. 3 riders only now for heat number 17. There's the lineup: Dudek, Frank, Frick and Lebedev's. No rider on the outside, Lindgren excluded. Here we go, tapes up, away we go. Lovely start. That's a brilliant start actually from Dudek. He hugs the inside, charge right around the inside. Look how far Lebedev's went. He's doing a million on that. Up the inside, gets the better of Frick. Frick's trying to repay the compliment, trying to sneak back up the inside. They're very tight. That was clever from Lebedev's. Very clever indeed. He had so much speed, could have run very wide, but closed the door. Frick's now gone very wide and he's out of the picture. But for Dudek, this is exactly what was required.
Yeah, it was a great start from Dudek. He's untroubled out front. All the action was Lebedev's. He passed Frick, and like you say, really intelligent and very brave ride for a man that's been on the deck. Oh, he's left it on the back straight. But it was, as I was just saying, it was a very brave ride for a man that's been on the deck twice tonight.
Yeah.
He went round, he went under Frick, and then made sure he kept that inside line so Frick couldn't return the favour. Great ride from Lebedev's, and this is going to put him on to 7 with an outside chance of an LCQ.
Yeah, well, let's hope that is the case. But for Trick Dudek, that is a very timely win for him. Lebedev's with a hard charging ride on his spare bike in 2nd place. Bit untidy at times for the 1st and 2nd corner, but as you say, 2 points. He's had a race win, so it's not beyond the realms of possibility of him. He's into the top 10 right now, finds himself in 8th place, but Frick's behind him and can do no better. But Dudek has leapt into 5th place, finishes on 8. He will be in an LCQ tonight. I'd be very surprised if he's not.
Yeah. That's an electric start from Dudek from gate 1. He's miles clear. Here's Lebedev, dives up the inside of Frick, and what he does here is clever. He parks the bike. Once he gets to the middle of the corner, he turns the bike hard there, stops it, stops the return move from Frick. Frick was looking to cut back, but Lebedev was wise to that move. It's a dive bomb from a long way back. He's fully committed. I think he makes contact with Frick. He does. Yeah, there you go. The dirt deflector brushes Frick's wheel.
Big move there.
It was a very big move. I mean, full commitment from a long way back. There's the style of Patrick Dudek out front. Has a cheeky look back. No danger there.
Well, Frick can't get him. Doyle is behind him. He could possibly overhaul him. Doyle's on 6 points, so it certainly can. Kvek could. So he might just make it. Let's just see how it all pans out in these last 3 races. Heat number 18. Heat 17 took quite a while, didn't it? This is an important ride for Verina. Verina is looking okay, but he can actually put himself in a really good position for the LCQ with a win here, and then get an opportunity to either get gate number 1 or gate 4 possibly for the chance to make another final. Verina's on the inside in the red helmet colour. A night to forget for Anders Thompson, gate 2 in blue. Panetsky likewise, gate 3 in white. And from the outside, heat number 18 is Kai Hülkenberg, the boy from Germany. Here we go then. Several of these boys have had really difficult nights. This is really an opportunity for Verina to stamp his authority and make sure he gets through to the final if he can. He's made a lovely start. Anders Thompson
doesn't want to know, does he?
Doesn't really enjoy these conditions at all. I'm not quite sure what's gone on there, but he's just not with us tonight, which is a shame. But Verina, this is what he's all about. And that choice of number choice he made earlier on, it's proved to be an astute one, because he knew exactly what he was doing, because he knew he was going to finish his qualifying heats with 2 inside gates, and it proved to be exactly the right choice. He is dominating heat number 18, and if he keeps it all together, he's going to finish on 11 points.
Yeah, great night for Verina. It's nice to see him back on this kind of form. And like you say, it was an intelligent gate choice. We saw last night the inside gate at the end of the meet really came to the fore.
Yes.
There he is. He's miles in front, but he's got no problem at all riding straight through.
He's doing it well, isn't he?
Yeah, through the rough part of the track. He looks good. He's confident, isn't he? He's relaxed. Yeah, that's the key.
Well, he nearly hits the fence when he finishes. You can never take your eyes off of him.
No.
But Casper Verina coming through in flying colours in heat number 18. Fairly straightforward, but still needed to be done. And he has finished his 5 rides off and has done it in some style. He's in the 2nd place, but he won't stay there because Smarslik's got a ride to come, and so is Lambert. But 3 points for Verina, 2 for Panitsky, 1 for Hülkenberg, and Anders Thompson. Well, not the night he will want to remember for very long.
No, I don't really know what happened to Thompson there. I don't know whether he backed off the throttle or had engine issues. But Verina made a solid start from gate 1 and then rode confidently through those ruts on the inside of the track and just stretched his lead out in front. Pulls further and further ahead. A good ride for Panitsky in 2nd. It's probably the best night we've seen him have, maybe 4 points, couple of 2nd places. He struggled this year. It's been a tough year for him, and I think he'll be glad when the Grand Prix are over, to be honest.
Yes, can't disagree with that. So for Verina, that's exactly what he was looking at. 3 race wins, 2 third places. He's going along pretty nicely. It could be a bit of a spoiler tonight, you know. Wouldn't be at all surprised if he made the final. No. Remember, heat number 5 got the better of Kurtz and Smarslik. So tell you what, he's a confident chap. He doesn't mind. He doesn't worry about reputations too much, does Mr. Verina. No. So heat number 19, and this is an important race for Brady Kurtz. Kurtz has ridden supremely well this evening. He leads the way on 11 points from 4 rides, but he's off an awful gate here. Really difficult place for him to come out of.
Yeah, it's concrete, isn't it?
He doesn't really want to drop 2 points because there's 2 very useful Danish riders either side of him. Yeah. Kolodinskis, the wild cards on the inside in red. Leon Madsen, gate 2 in blue. Brady Kurtz, gate 3 in white. And Jepsen starts the race off the outside in yellow helmet colour. Do you know what I'm saying? Madsen and Michael Jepsen.
Exactly what you're saying.
Go on then.
Okay. I know exactly what you're saying.
All right, but it's a tough one, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
He's the meat in a Danish sandwich. Very much so. Here we go then, heat number 19, Kurtz. Can he just finish off in style here? Tapes are up and we're underway, and it's a good start from Madsen. Madsen gets it. Looks what's happened to Kurtz. Kurtz on the back foot. Kolodinskis from nowhere has found himself in front. Here comes Jepsen Jensen steaming down the inside in turn 3 and 4. 3 abreast actually. Madsen round the outside. Michael Jepsen Jensen slams the door shut. This is not good news for Brady Kurtz, and Kurtz has got a lot of work to do. Chaos in front of him, but Jepsen Jensen leads the way.
Yeah, Kurtz now around the curve. He's got his back wheel almost over the white line. He's up the inside of Kolodinskis. He can't make it pay just yet. If he drifts out again, he's going to have him. Here he goes up the inside. Oh, that's tight.
Very close.
Yeah, very close. But Jepsen Jensen, he's out in front. But Brady Kurtz, the World Championship leader, he's struggling at the back.
Well, he needs to get a 1 point at the very least. And all of a sudden, Leon Madsen is closing in rapidly onto Michael Jepsen Jensen. Brady Kurtz has made another mistake, and all of a sudden, this has been a bit of a nightmare. Heat number 19 for Kurtz. It looks like, it's tight between, Michael Jepsen Jensen and Leon Madsen. I think Michael Jepsen Jensen got there, but that is not what Brady Kurtz was looking for, and we did flag it up. Gate 3 really has been a graveyard throughout the evening, and so it proves that for Brady Kurtz, who has been impeccable tonight, fails to score in heat number 19, and that leaves the door wide open now for riders to come through and overhaul him for the final. Jepsen Jensen 3 points, Leon Madsen back in 2nd place, 2 points for him. Kolodinskis 1, and Kurtz out of the points off of gate number 3. That just didn't fall right for Brady Kurtz in heat number 19. Tough one for him.
Yeah, the door never really opened for him. There were bikes and riders going all over the place. Leon Madsen, you see, makes a really great start from gate 2. And Kolodinskis, he has a dive up the inside. Then Jepsen Jensen gets involved. He now takes command of the race from here. Brady Kurtz, every move he tried, there seemed like there was someone in the way. Not an easy place to be in. It's Leon Madsen, he's putting Jepsen Jensen under a little bit of pressure at this point. Brady Kurtz, he tries inside, he tries outside, but nothing really worked. And it's hard when you've got 2 riders in front of you fighting over a position. Well, it's difficult because there's just nowhere to go. That's where he went right around the inside, almost put his back wheel over the curb.
Massive heat number 20.
Oh, huge, yeah.
Massive heat number 20. Now, it's quite a confusing picture here, because you've got 3 riders on 11, you've got 3 riders on number 10, on 10 points, but Lambert and Smarslik have got a ride in hand. They're coming out here, and 2 points is enough to make the final. 2 points will move you on to 12, and you're in.
Yeah.
So Bartosz Marslik, if they're first and second, both of them will go through to the final. They'll overhaul, they'll leapfrog right up. Lambert's down in 6th place, but 2 points sees them in the final.
It does, yeah.
So that's the position. A little bit complicated to see that right now, but heat number 20 for those two riders in gates 1 and 2, hugely important. The world champion Marslik, gate number 1 in red. Robert Lambert, gate 2 in blue. Gate number 3 in white is Jason Doyle, and Jan Kvek, who was out of the last race because Spike packed up on the start line. Gate number 4 in yellow. Here we go, heat number 20. Oh, movement from Lambert. Lambert missed it completely, red lights on.
Probably done him a favour, as long as he hasn't touched the tapes.
Well, we can't quite see that from the head-on, but the side-on view from the camera. Why did Steentop put the red light on so quickly? Did he see a transgression? This is drama in heat number 20. Bartosz Marslik. Let's have a look. He's touched the tapes.
Has he?
I think he's touched the tapes. Let's watch it now.
No.
Oh,
no.
That's close.
You need new glasses.
I do actually, you know. I have noticed my eyes have deteriorated lately.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what,
Robert Lambert is very, very lucky that the ref stopped that race, because he is at the back. He's stone last. So he gets another bite of the cherry here. He's going to have a warning, but that's better than...
Tell you what, why did he stop the race?
I think he thought he touched them.
I did?
Yeah,
so maybe
he's got a similar... Yeah, he possibly has a similar prescription to you, which needs an upgrade.
I need to see the opticians in Storrington next week and go and see them. I need to rob a bank to go in there, though, you know, it's very expensive. Anyway, there we go. All 4 riders are back, and Robert Lambert has got a warning here. Pressure on, but 2 points is enough.
Yeah.
2 points is enough with the way it's worked out, with Kurt's dropping points in that last race. Look how tight it is. I mean, what, 6 riders, 1 point between 6 riders at the moment. But these two boys, Marslik and Lambert, have got a race to come. Marslik, inside gate, red helmet colour. Lambert with a warning, gate number 2 in blue. Door gate 3 in white. Kvek off the outside, the yellow helmet colour. Tell you what, got to behave himself now. Don't want to throw it away now and miss out and have to go through the LCQ. Here we go. Green light is on, revs are up, and we're racing, and it's Marslik made a lovely start. Tell you what, Doyle's done well.
Yeah, that's
what's happened to Lambert? Lambert, he's going to have to work hard, put up the inside of Doyle. He's done very well there, Robert Lambert, because he went nowhere off the start. Kvek's gone roaring around the outside, but Marslik from the inside gate leading the way, and Robert Lambert having to hustle into 2nd place. And these two boys, if it finishes like this, will go straight to the final.
Yeah, really good first lap from Robert Lambert. He forced his way up the inside of Jason Doyle, willed his bike up the inside and pushed inside him into turn 3. Both of these boys in front look very confident riding that inside part of the track.
Yeah.
But it's Bartosz Marslik, the world champion. He's made a great start from gate 1, and he's going to take control of this meeting. This is going to give him first gate pick in the final. We know what gate he's going to go for.
Yes.
And it puts him in the driving seat.
Yeah, Bartosz Marslik responding beautifully after a very difficult weekend last weekend in Wards, where he really did have to work very hard, missed out the final. Not so here in round number 8. Of course, he's won twice here previously in Riga. Not last year, because Brady Kurtz got the better of him, but there's no doubt that Bartosz Marslik has reflected on last week, and look at that. That tells you everything. Celebrating with both hands. I'm in the final. Brilliant ride from Marslik, 3 points. Robert Lambert in 2nd place, 2 points for him. Doyle in 3rd, 1 point for him, and Kvek missed out there. And Kvek, unfortunately, misses out, I believe, on an LCQ as well. Not a night for him, but Marslik and Lambert straight into the final.
Yeah, Robert got squeezed off at the start by Doyle almost immediately when they dropped the clutch. And he quickly moves past Doyle down the back straight. And you see Lambert, Marslik, get the concentration, look at the technique. As soon as he drops the clutch, he sits upright, he pushes the bike, works it, gets extra traction all the way to the first corner. Great body language there from the world champion. Front wheel over the curb, and this is where Robert Lambert, back of the seat, down the back straight, forces his way up the inside of Doyle. Marslik and Robert look very accomplished on this type of track, look comfortable, look confident. And it's another one of those nights for Jason Doyle. He's going to be in the LCQ, but once again he's going to be left with a bad gate choice, and it's going to be hard from there.
Well, Lebedev has made the LCQ as well. He'll be out in the first LCQ, so the home crowd will be absolutely chuffed to bits with that. 13 points out of 15. Job done for the world champion. And as we saw in that interview with Emma earlier on, he knows exactly what he's involved with. He's been there, he's got the t-shirt. 13 points for Smarslik, 12 points for Lambert, straight through to the final. Kurtz, Verena, Jepsen Jensen, Leon Madsen, Dudek, Lebedevs, Jason Doyle and Max Frick creep in on 7 points. They will go through the LCQs here tonight. So the racing has, well, it's deteriorated a little bit, but the track has as well. But right now, it's all about mental strength, doing the job, digging in. Smarslik has. Kurtz just slipped off a touch in that last one, failing to score. So just rattle through this. I'm just going to work out who's in which LCQ here.
We see the fastest times of the night so far. Robert Lambert with a 62.648 in Heat 6. Brady Kurtz in second place there. Interesting, Smarslik's not really closer to the top of that list. Top speed here. Robert Lambert by some distance, 3 kilometres an hour over Bartosz Smarslik. Freddie Lindgren in third. I think that top speed was going into the third bend, I think, but he was going backwards at the time. Kai Hülkenberg, he's gone for a hot dog there, 1,500 metres.
Yeah. He was out by the Russian border at one point.
He was, yeah, a dangerous place to be, that is. We have the wins by Gate. Gate 1, clearly the favourite. 2 coming back into it. 4, yeah, 1 and 4 are the favourites at the moment.
Points scored from the respective 4 gates as well, which is probably the best out of them all. 44 points scored from the inside, 25-15 from gate number 3, and 35 points scored from the outside gate. Now, LCQ number 1, we will see Kurtz, Madsen, Lebedevs and Doyle. Verena, Jepsen Jensen and Frick and Dudek will be in LCQ number 2. So only the winners go through to join the 2 finalists, confirmed finalists so far this evening in Smarslik and Lambert. So 2 of the top 3 in the world already there. Kurtz, the leader of the championship, has to go through the LCQ number 1. Kvet picks up 6 points tonight, Hülkenberg on 5, Lindgren 4, Panitsky 3, Kolodinskis 2, and Anders Thompson, a night to forget for him, just 1 World Championship points in round number 8 here in Riga. So now we wait for Emma to get in position, riders to also get in position for the gate selections for the next 2 races, all important LCQs. Just the winners. It's all or nothing now, and this track is certainly, well, that inside gate I sense is going to be very popular indeed, and Kurtz is going to have the first choice here, and no surprise to see him to go straight for the inside. That gate number 3 really did upset his evening, going along so very nicely indeed, and then suddenly at the back and not being able to make an impression. That could have gone, well, it didn't go to plan, and he's on the back foot now. So waiting to get ready, crowd love it. Okay, let's make our way down now. Emma's there for the gate selections for the LCQs.
Yeah, it's time for gate selection for LCQ1, and we will start with Brady Kurtz. No surprises there, head straight for the red gate, the inside gate. Next up, Leon Madsen, who goes for the blue gate, gate number 2. Andrei Lebedev is next. I'll step out of your way here. Andrei Lebedev goes for the yellow gate, the outside gate, which means Jason Doyle is taking the white gate, gate number 3. Okay, that is it for gate selection for LCQ1. Best of luck. And now it's time for gate selection for LCQ2, starting with Kasper Verena. Again, no surprises there. Go straight for the red gate, the inside gate. Next up, Michael Jepsen Jensen. Michael takes, oh, he likes to tease us. The yellow gate, the outside gate. Next up, Patrick Dudek. Patrick goes for the blue gate, gate number 2, which means Max Frick is taking the white gate, gate number 3. That's it then for gate selection for LCQ2. Good luck.
See how it works out. So Kurt's, no surprise, taking the inside gate in LCQ number 1, and Verena likewise in LCQ 2. These gate selections very important, as you rightly pointed out. Bartosz Marslik will have the first gate pick for the final. Would be a major surprise if he doesn't take the inside gate. Lambert would have the second pick, and Kurtz, if he manages to get through to the final, well, he's going to have the third pick. So we could see a change in the lead of the World Championship, but I'd like to think that we are going to have the top 3 going for it in the final this evening. There's the lineup. Kurtz on the inside, Leon Madsen gate number 2, Doyle out of gate number 3, and Lebedevs will go from the outside, unless Lebedevs does something very extraordinary. He could do. He could do. Verena on the inside, Dudek alongside him, gate number 2, Max Frick, gate 3, don't want to be there, that's horrible. And Michael Jefferson Jensen goes from the outside in LCQ number 2. Fans just and supporters just relaxing and just getting themselves ready for the last 3 races of the evening. Kurtz, we've seen him do it time and time again, you know. He's been under pressure and he's always come through. I'm fully expecting him to do that again. Just had gate 3 at the wrong time, really. The timing of that was unfortunate, but nonetheless, he has got Madsen, who Madsen's quite useful, so is Lebedev, so not straightforward. Doyle's got gate 3. He must be thinking, gosh, another point or 2 and I could have had a better selection. It's just the way this season has been for him.
Yeah, I agree. He's been pretty consistent tonight. Doyle, 3 second places. He's been gating quite well. He's often in the mix on the first lap. Just hasn't really gone his way. He's just a little bit off the Doyle we used to know. He's not far away, but he's just a little bit off. And those small margins, that's the difference at this level.
Yes.
Between getting last pick in the LCQ and getting a higher pick or straight through.
Yes.
But yeah, it's certainly Brady Kurtz here in the driving seat. He'll be looking to explode off gate 1 and disappear into the sunset.
Yeah, well, Lebedev's on the outside. Could he do something? It's pretty spectacular. Gate number 4 earlier on was working quite well. Tickets for the Speedway World Cup final still available in Warsaw. Get involved with that. It's on the 29th of August in the PGE Narodowy Stadium. Fantastic night of team speedway to be held in a fantastic stadium. The PGE Narodowy Stadium really is quite a spectacular arena for us to be racing speedway. And of course also the new podcast out in 2026, Chat SGP. I'll tell you what, that's a good listen, no doubt about that.
Yeah, the most recent one with Mr. Tatum will have you laughing, I promise you that.
Okay.
That's what I put up with every weekend.
Okay, all right.
And I encourage it. I like the stories.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. I'm here for it.
I took offence at that.
No, don't take offence. I love it. I'm here for it.
Teams falling apart here in the box.
No, it's getting stronger. Every Grand Prix it gets stronger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, trust me.
Fine, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. So, look, we've not got too much longer to wait now. Hope you enjoyed it. The racing hasn't been out of the top drawer all the time tonight, but I just sense the track's just played its part there. It's just they've had to sort of like compromise the racing a little bit to make sure they keep this track under control. I sense it's because we've had 2 meetings in 2 days on a brand new surface. It's a lot to ask, isn't it? And just particularly in that first corner, it has broken up. And they're having to do a bit of intensive care to make sure that they keep those ruts under control. Work's still going on, and we're just having to wait a little bit longer for LCQ number 1. Not good for riders, you know. You want to get on with it now.
You do, yeah.
And Kurtz in particular, he'll be very keen. The heart rate will be up.
Yeah, once again, it looks like they've put a little bit of water down, which I think is probably unnecessary, but that's my opinion. You can still see people out on track at the moment with shovels just trying to take the edge off some of those ruts.
Yeah, absolutely. Rennie Deddings is out there, the race director for SGP2. He's out there working overtime. And one of the track staff alongside him as well, the just taking the sharp edges off, just trying to
just make them less violent, like make
exactly,
you know, yeah,
just a little bit less unpredictable. Right, riders on their way out now. LCQ number 1, and of course the home crowd favourite making his way round for LCQ. I thought he was out at the meeting, but I was mistaken. Fantastic that he's in here. Really pleased to see him again. Crowd are delighted as well. He's got a decent start here. Got a decent start, but to get the better of the championship leader, he's going to have to do an extraordinary performance. He's going to have to really come up with something pretty spectacular if he's going to get the better of Kurtz. But if Kurtz misses the start, then the race is wide open, you would suggest. And that man, Leon Madsen, at gate number 2, might be in the box seat, but Kurtz very rarely misses a start, and we've seen him do it so often when he's in these situations. Very cool customer.
Yeah, totally agree. Normally, the higher the pressure situation, the better he delivers. So now's his time to shine.
Well, he's done it before, and we wouldn't be at all surprised if he manages to produce something here again. No hesitation at all. Understandably slow. You only have to look at the gate stats. Gate number 4, absolutely. Gate number 1, absolutely the clear favourite tonight. Inside gate, Brady Kurtz, red helmet colour. Leon Madsen, gate 2 in blue. Jason Doyle, gate 3 in white. Lebedev's off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Lebedev's is going to have to do something very spectacular. He's going to have to find something extra coming off the first corner to get the better of Kurtz, because Kurtz, we know exactly where he's going. Going right round the inside, front wheel over the white line. Here we go. LCQ number 1 here in the Bikaniki in Riga. Round number 8 takes her up, and it's Kurtz. Kurtz has made a lovely start. Lebedev comes through in the second place, gets the better of Leon Madsen, follows Brady Kurtz through. Doyle there, neck and neck with Leon Madsen down the back straight. Here comes Lebedev's high and wide, trying to widen it on. It's got a lot of speed. Kurtz is a bit out of shape. Lebedev's now having to scrub the speed off. Back to the inside. Kurtz a little bit untidy. Lebedev's is right there. Kurtz now gathering himself as he goes into turns 3 and 4 for the second time. This race is on. Lebedev's giving chase, but Kurtz, well, is settling down a little bit now, but Lebedev's is right there.
Yeah, Lebedev's moving in. He's catching Brady Kurtz. The crowd are on their feet as Lebedev's moves closer and closer to Brady Kurtz. Kurtz cannot relax out in front here. The track's tricky. He's riding around the inside. He's got through those grooves. He survived that corner, but Lebedev's, he's just too far away.
The last corner in LCQ number 1. That wasn't quite as comfortable as I was expecting, but he's got the job done. The championship leader is in the final again. Came under pressure from Lebedev throughout the 4 laps, but in the end, he seals the deal. Has to go the hard yards. And the drama of the LCQ, Kurtz comes out on top. Gate number 1 proving to be decisive once again. Kurtz wins. Lebedev's in second place. Doyle back in third. Good effort from Doyle from gate 3 actually. Leon Madsen misses out there, but Kurtz on the inside initially, but Lebedev's makes him work. Bit of a twitch from Leon Madsen there.
Yeah, Madsen moves a little bit, but it's an electric start from Brady Kurtz. A really composed start. If you watch him here, his bike, it lifts and he sits back and he just drives the bike all the way to the first corner. He's comfortably clear. Andrei Lebedev's in second place. He can tell he's pumped up, he's charged by the crowd. He's sending it deep into the outside of turns of 3 and 4. And at certain points in the race, you see Kurtz made a mistake there.
Yes.
Lebedev closed the gap.
And again, he was a little bit untidy on the first lap there, wasn't he?
He was, and you can tell that the first and second bend is tricky.
Yes.
Yeah, Kurtz made a couple of mistakes there, and it's interesting to see whether that will play a part in the outcome of the final.
Well, they elected to avoid them later on. They rode in the middle of the track, and they didn't go right round the inside. Bartosz Smarsley. Leon Madsen actually got a warning there, but his night is over anyway. He did move a little bit on the start. Right, riders are out for LCQ number 2. And we see Kasper Varina, who's won his last 2 rides from the inside gate. He starts there again now, so he'll have 3 consecutive rides from that favoured gate. Dudek's out here. He's alongside him. Michael Jensen could be the danger. He teased us a little bit when he came up for his gate choice, but in the end, he's elected to go from the outside. So let's just see what happens here. If Verena gets a bit overexcited, Michael Jepsen-Jensen or Dudek possibly could be ready to pounce. Gate 3, Max Frick. Well, if he were to go through to the final, I'll tell you what, he needs a blue Peter badge for that, because I'll tell you, that would be quite remarkable. And not just a regular blue Peter badge, you can get a gold one, and I think he would deserve one of those. Right, the line-up for the LCQ2. Verena on the inside in red, Dudek gate number 2 in blue, Max Frick out of gate 3 in white, and Michael Jepsen-Jensen will start LCQ number 2 off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Yeah, blue Peter, they do badges and they do different colours, yeah. And a gold one would be appropriate if you can win a race from gate 3 tonight. Here we go. Who's going to make the final? Who's going to be the last piece of the jigsaw in the final here, round number 8, Riga, and it's Verena. Verena's made a lovely start. He fires himself to the front, hugs the inside. Michael Jepsen-Jensen's gone a long way round there. Max Frick is now overtaken by Verena. It's Dudek that's in second place. It's the 2 poles out in front. Michael Jepsen-Jensen just went too wide. He's given himself an awful lot to work. Verena untidy, but I tell you what, he's a strong... Oh my God, again. He's as strong as an ox. Now Jepsen-Jensen's gone to the back, but Verena in front and controls the race for the moment.
He does. I'll tell you what, there's a nasty looking rut coming into turn 1. We've seen riders hit it more and more frequently. Casper Verena showing absolutely no fear, as per usual, out in front. Rides through it lap after lap. Just grabs a handful on the back wheel. Here we go again, through the ruts, bang.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Fantastic stuff. One last chance for Verena now, through this bottom corner, off the inside gate, does the business, and Verena makes the final again. Good news for Casper Verena. Of course, he won the first round this year, 20 big points, hasn't been seen in a final since, so we've had to be patient. And round number 8, he is a Grand Prix rider next year as a consequence of his ride and his performance in Talenzano in the GP Challenge, but he will be chuffed to bits to make his second final of 2026. Verena through. Nice ride from him. Really strong, confident ride. Dudek back in second place. Max Frick was in a scrap with Jepsen-Jensen, but he came through in third, and the Danish rider Jepsen-Jensen missed out in the second LCQ tonight. Verena strong in front.
Yeah, makes a good start. He knows what he's doing on the first bend, front wheel over the curve. And after that, Verena stays committed to that inside line. Pulls a few stunts as per usual. At certain points the bike lifts up and it bucks him, it rears, but he holds on to it. But he's strong, isn't he? He's got a strong position on the bike, he's over the front, but you can't fault the guy's commitment. And if you're going to ride on track conditions like that, then you are better off to be 100% committed to it.
Now, we have got a repeat of heat number 5 now. With Brady Kurtz, Bartosz Marslik, and excuse me, it's not quite a repeat of heat number 5 because Robert Lambert wasn't in it, but 3 of them are. And Verena came out on top that time. Now Verena's probably going to end up with gate number 3, but I tell you what, he can still cause some chaos. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. And it is quite an exciting conclusion. The points that have been handed out now, Patrick Dudek picks up a handy 12 points. He got 18 points last week, so he's going along okay. Andre Lebedev's on 11, Jason Doyle with 10 points, Max Frick on 9, Michael Jepsen-Jensen picks up 8 points, and Neil Madsen on 7. So those are the riders that have missed out in the LCQs. So it's just the finalists to go, and the big points. Who's going to lead the World Championship as we move towards Boyens on the 12th of September? We are really rapidly coming towards the conclusion of 2026. Leon Madsen probably a little bit disappointed with the way the evening has actually transpired. It's looked good, looked great yesterday. Don't think he loved. Anders Thompson certainly didn't enjoy the conditions tonight, and they are mentally challenging when you get these rutty tracks like that. Patrick Dudek, well, he got 18 points last week. He's picked up 12 here, and that will do him no harm at all. He moved out from outside the top 7 into 5th place coming into tonight's Grand Prix. And I tell you what, another 12 points will do very nicely for the European champion, who started the season quite poorly actually, was well out of form, couldn't replicate the sort of performances he was putting in 2025. So all of a sudden things are beginning to click into place for the former world number 2. What a final we have to look forward to. As I reiterate, it is the drama of the World Championship that's keeping on us on the edge of our seats. The racing is a little bit processional, it's a bit hairy at times, but what a conclusion we have to look forward to. Okay, let's make our way down to Emma for the gate selections for the final.
Yeah, it is time for the final gate selection, and we will start with Bartosz Zmarzlik. Understandably, goes straight for the red gate for gate number 1. Next up, Robert Lambert, who takes the blue gate, gate number 2. Brady Kurtz is next. Brady goes for the yellow gate, the outside gate, which means Kasper Verina has the white gate, gate number 3. Okay, that is it for final gate selection. Best of luck.
Yeah, thanks very much, Emma. No surprise there at all. And Lambert maybe had thought about gate number 4, but the dirt in the first corner is a long, long way, and we saw Michael Jepsen-Jensen in the previous race wasn't able to utilise it at all. You either got to make it, or you're just going to have to take your medicine a touch. So gates 1 and 2 for the top 2 here. Let's just run through it. Zmarzlik on the inside in red, Robert Lambert gate number 2 in blue, Verina will come out of gate number 3 in white, and Brady Kurtz starts the final here in Riga. Last year's winner on the outside in the yellow helmet colour. 109 points apiece for Zmarzlik and Brady Kurtz coming into tonight. And the winner last weekend, of course, was Robert Lambert, who moved on to 101. So not a lot to choose between the two. Who's going to come out on top? Will we see that gold race jacket change hands again? Will it be this man who has ridden superbly well tonight, I must say? Much improved from last weekend, Ollie, where he was all over the place. He was very much off the pace. Here tonight, a different customer. He has ridden very, very well indeed.
Yeah, I would say tonight's been as good as we've seen him all season, really. He's looked full of confidence, plenty of speed. Yeah. He's been gating well. We saw him make a start off gate 2 earlier in the day when no one had been anywhere near it off there up until that point. But looking at the final now, Brady Kurtz, gate 4. If anyone can spring a start from there at this stage of the meeting, it would be him. But looking at the gate stats, that gate has gone off. Zmarzlik's in the driving seat, isn't he, for sure?
Yeah. No doubt about it. The way the track is, the way it's transpired and it's evolved, the inside gate was very fruitful late on last night. It's proving to be again the same here. It's winning races for fun. Let's just look at the last block of races. It won heat 17, it won heat 18, it won heat number 20, and so it won 3, and it's won the last 2 races. LCQ 1 and 2 have both been won from the inside gate. So out of the last 6 races, it's won 5 of them. So that just gives you an indication of how much of an advantage it is. This is pivotal. This is where the championship is very much on the line. The top 3 in the world going head to head once again, which is great to see. Kasper Verina just thrown in for good measure. Verina, this is a very timely performance for Verina. He slipped down the rankings, he's in 7th place, so all of a sudden he's going to improve his position significantly. Also, the pressure is off Verina. It's off Lambert as well, actually. Both of those riders are qualified for next year because they went through the GP challenge. But for Lambert, it's all about what colour of medal he's going to get this year. And of course, for the top 2, Zmarzlik trying to create history again, of course, by being a 7-time world champion at 2026, and Kurtz and Lambert chasing their first world championship. It's really very exciting indeed.
Yeah, it really is.
Tension now. This is what it's all about. Here comes Verina. Gate 3. I can't see him making the start, but he might do something pretty spectacular in the first corner by a big turn back on the back wheel, feet off the footrests, chaos coming through the first turn. It's possible.
Yeah, you can see it now, the big turn back and a launch across the middle of the first bend.
Oh dear. Okay, let's see what happens. Mexican wave, crowd loving it. We've had a really enjoyable evening. And let us stay away. Final time, riders out on track. Great scenes. That's what it's all about. Here we go. And as I say, top 3 going head to head here. Bartosz Zmarzlik For a long time it looked like it might just be a two-horse race in 2026, but Robert Lambert has been absolutely electrifying in the last 3 Grand Prix, and he has forced himself right into contention. He is 8 points behind Bartosz Smarslik. He's got 30 Grand Prix wins. Will he make it 31 tonight? He is in the driving seat. Brady Kurtz has got 6. 5 of those were last year. He's picked up a win. He's picked up a win. Just one. He's only had 1 win this year. How's that? He really has allowed his poor show indeed.
Come on,
you go from
game.
5. You have indeed.
Come on.
Come on, mate. Come on. What's going on? Anyway, so riders just preparing themselves. A lot of work going on with Kurtz on the outside. Looks like he's going for a run right up against the safety fence. Line up for you. Let's rattle through it. Smarslik on the inside in red. Robert Lambert alongside him. Gate number 2 in blue. Gate 3 in white is Casper Verina. And gate 4 in yellow is Brady Kurtz. Kurtz comes in here as the leader. Will he end the final as the leader? This is a big, big race. Top 3 in the world. And Casper Verina, Mr. Entertainment, just thrown in for good measure. Start marshal moves away. Green light comes on and takes her up, and we're underway. Smarslik's just about going to get there. Kurtz has made a terrific effort, but he's gone very, very wide. Didn't quite get there. Lambert's come through in the 2nd place. Kurtz trying to recover. Again, electing to go very, very wide. Right out in the dirt. Smarslik leads the way. Lambert into 2nd place. Kurtz doing everything he possibly can to try and make an impact, but the world champion leads the final here in the Bajkoniki in Riga.
He does indeed. When the pressure is on, Bartosz Smarslik's made a great start from gate 1. Kurtz was almost there, lifted across the first bend. Robert Lambert now in 2nd place, but Smarslik, he's stretching his lead out in front. He's going to take control of the World Championship once again. That gold race jacket is going back into his hands.
Looking like a 2nd win of the season for Bartosz Smarslik. He had to wait just over a year for his Grand Prix win in Wroclaw. But here in the Bajkoniki, he's won twice before, and on the last corner, the world champion leads the championship again in 2026. Super performance. When you compare his performance tonight to 7 days ago in Woods, no different. Polar opposite. Leads the championship by 4 points now. Kurtz back in 3rd place, picks up 16 points, 20 big points, and another win for Bartosz Smarslik. Congratulations to him. What a championship we're enjoying. Kurtz threw everything at it. He was so close to doing it in the 1st corner. He was almost too close, actually.
Yeah, he almost got across from gate 4. Like you say, he was inches away from being able to drop the bike on Smarslik, and then it would have been a different race completely. There's Bartosz Smarslik celebrating with his brother and the rest of his crew. He's over the moon. You can see, we're seeing a different Smarslik this year. He's more emotional. You know, it shows how much it means to him, and it also shows that he's possibly had doubts this year, because when he wins now,
well, he's got a real competitor in his purse, hasn't he? And there's no doubt that he is feeling that. The way he's celebrating, the way he celebrated when he won in Wrocław, it was like he'd won the championship. But Kurtz obviously still in it, far from out of it, but he would after it. But going through the LCQ, ultimately failing to score in his last qualifying race, ultimately has hurt him tonight. Gate 3 at the wrong time. Smarslik wins the Grand Prix. Robert Lambert back in 2nd place, and Brady Kurtz at 3rd. What an effort from Kurtz! Very nearly got there.
He launched from the start, absolutely launched off gate 4, but just on the pull to the corner, his bike wasn't working quite as well as Smarslik's. Here we see him trying the outside line, but those ruts around the curve, that was the place you needed to be. That's where all the grip was. It was the shortest way round, as long as you could hang on to it. But there's Smarslik. Look at the emotion in the man. He did an extra lap. He didn't care about the ruts. He was going for another one. But he's,
elation, and when
you can look at the bumps there.
Yeah, it's a challenging track now, that's for sure. But Bartosz Smarslik has come through in flying colours. When you compare the performances in Łódź to the one here tonight, you can't really compare them. He just didn't get going very well at all. We scored 11 points, but bounces back with his 2nd win. We've had 8 rounds now. We still have 7 winners, and he's the first rider to win multiple Grand Prix in 2026. A big, big win for the reigning world champion. Far from over, of course, and also Robert Lambert has closed in on the top 2. Certainly closed in on Brady Kurtz. has grabbed a couple of points back on him by finishing 18th. And Robert Lambert's performances, look at the last 4 Grand Prix.
Yeah,
3
brilliant.
second places and a win.
Yeah,
I mean,
so consistent.
He has been remarkably consistent. And when we look at the table, we are going to see it's, again, a 3-way shootout with 2 rounds to go.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. It's a slender lead. Big points handed out now. Smartstick picks up 20. 18 for Robert Lambert in 2nd place. Brady Kurtz, 16 in 3rd place. And Casper Verina off gate number 3. It was always going to be difficult for him. He picks up 14. But he will be chuffed to bits to have made his 2nd final of 2026. So they are the World Championship points that have been dished out for round number 8 here in the Bajkoniki in Riga. The championship overall is going to be quite interesting, that's for sure. It's a picture that I believe is going to see the top 3 very closely bunched indeed. And there it is. 4-point lead for Smartstick on 129. 1-2-5 for Brady Kurtz in 2nd place. Robert Lambert just now 6 points behind 2nd place. Has grabbed a couple of points, 119. Then there's quite a drop. Those 3 riders are clear. 88 for Jepsen Jensen. Dudek has consolidated himself in 5th place. Casper Verina now in 6th. Leon Madsen and Max Frick is still outside the top 7. But he's only 1 point behind Leon Madsen. Max Frick really does need to make the top 7 this year if he's going to be back in the series in 2027. What a night for the Polish fans. The champion has ridden like a champion tonight, there's no doubt about that. And after a disappointing outcome last weekend where he failed to make the final for the first time, I must say that is what he's all about, and has responded in only a way a 6-time world champion can. He comes out and wins the next week. Brilliant. Get your tickets for the World Cup final. Going to see all these boys going head-to-head again at the end of the month. Don't miss that, 29th of August in the PGE Narodowy Stadium in Warsaw. Well, that was quite, you know, the racing hasn't been sensational, but there's been a tension about it, and the fact that we're building up towards the conclusion of the year, it's still very exciting stuff, that's for sure. The podcast, the 2026 podcast, Chat SGP, plenty are worth listening to there. But this man, you can see, absolutely chuffed to bits, and you know, he still retains a tremendous appetite for his racing, doesn't he? His enthusiasm, his drive, his professionalism, he understands what it takes, and he's certainly not going to hand it away. Okay, let's get some reaction with the winner. Emma is down there with Bartosz Mosler.
Bartek, we just saw you celebrating with everybody there. What's your message for everybody who is celebrating and so happy to see you get your 2nd GP win this season?
Hello, Riga! Big thanks for the support me. I feeling in Riga always like in the Poland. I have a lot of people in here with me for the 1 gold. And I been today and again come back to the final, and I think so the first rider this season, the twice winner on the runs. And I'm very happy. I'm very proud about this, because the last weekend I have some problem with the everything, but now I'm very happy because I come back to final, and the most important for me.
Bartek, we saw you celebrating with your team over there, and you seem quite emotional. This really means a lot to you, doesn't it?
Yeah, because sometimes feeling this before.
Bartek, have you got a few words in Polish that you would like to say as well, because there'll be a lot of Polish people watching?
Dobry wieczór, Polska! Dziękuję bardzo za wasze wspaniałe, liczne przybycie i kibicowanie nam, Polakom, na wyjeździe. I myślę, że z Kacprem zrobiliśmy dzisiaj finał. Myślę, że się możecie cieszyć. Ja wracam do gry i walczymy dalej. 2 rundy przed nami. Dziękuję bardzo i do zobaczenia.
Thank you so much, Bartek. Huge congratulations once again. Thank you.
Yeah, he's very excited, and I'll tell you what, as you rightly pointed out, it seems to be more to him this year than at any other time when we're seeing this tremendous outpouring of passion and emotion when he's won. He had to wait a long time for his win earlier this year, just over a year, and he must have been wondering when the next win was coming from, but now he's the first rider this year to win 2 Grand Prix, and with 2 rounds to go, Still all to race for, of course, between the top three. Anything can happen, but right now he leaves Riga with a 4-point lead in the World Championship. And it was a very, very professional display from the world champion tonight. So third place on the evening, it was previously the world championship leader, Brady Kurtz, who I think is a little disappointed, but nonetheless, in the final, had to go through the LCQ. That last ride of his in Heat 19, that was really tough.
Yeah, it was indeed. His second place, Robert Lambert, great night for him. Really is very consistent at the moment, and we didn't talk about him much in the final, but he didn't let Smarslik go easily, did he?
No, he kept him very honest indeed, and Robert Lambert is absolutely flying right now and has closed in a touch and is keeping himself well and truly in contention. But the main man, the 6-time world champion, the first time this season that a rider has won 2 Grand Prix, and Bartosz Smarslik on top of the box. Look what it means to him.
Yeah.
He's won 31 Grand Prix, and it's almost like it's his first victory. He very much is chuffed a bit to go for tonight.
Chairman of the board of BTNiki Racetrack.
So Arsenov's coming forward, the chairman of the board here in the BTNiki Racetrack.
World famous racetrack, BTNiki and its anniversary year presents.
So the anniversary year, I'm just listening to the announcement on the Centigrade. I didn't know anything about this, but the anniversary, the 60th anniversary of the BTNiki. Well, fair play, and it's an added bonus for the world champion. So Harkin Lehman coming forward, the representative from the FIM, the International Governing Body for Motorcycling. He comes forward and he will present Brady Kurtz with a slightly unusual trophy.
Yeah,
looks like a pair of handlebars. And so third on the night for Brady Kurtz. Second place now.
Mayor of Riga, Viestas Kleinbergs.
So Viestas Kleinbergs coming forward, as you can see on the screen, the mayor of Riga in his t-shirt, pretty relaxed attire, coming to the speedway. Another pair of handlebars, and second place for the super consistent Robert Lambert. 3 second places and a win in the last 4 Grand Prix. That's pretty impressive. And we're going to Boyens, where he's won before.
Is presented by Prime Minister of Latvia, Mr. Andris Kulbergs.
The Prime Minister of the country is here, Andris Kulbergs, in his shorts and a very relaxed looking actually. It looked like he's just flown in from Ibiza. Fair play to him. But terrific stuff, and great to see the Prime Minister here. I'm sure he's thoroughly enjoyed it. He must be very proud of this event that they've staged here in the capital city of the country that he runs. Yeah, the handlebars there, it's a rerun of the final, Bartosz, and looks like you're not going to get the favourite gate. So the pictures that will surf the internet for the next few days, and but what a ride it is. So we'll just pause now for the Polish national anthem for the winner, Bartosz Smarslik. There we go then, national anthem of Poland blasting out round the BTNiki. And Bartosz Marslik standing on top of the podium once again in 2026. So the gold race jacket now will change hands. Of course, Brady Kurtz was the wearer of it tonight. Richard Coleman, the CEO of Mayfield Sports Events, coming forward. They are the company that now are the global promoter for the SGP series, and they have reintroduced the gold race jacket, and that means a lot to that man. And that smile, I think it just tells you everything you need to know. He's chuffed to bits.
Yeah, he really is. It is a new, more emotional Smarslik than we're used to seeing. It shows the incredible drive that the man's got to win World Championship time and time again. He hasn't lost motivation at all, has he?
No, it's every bit as strong as it's ever been. 3 riders having a few photographs. It's selfie time. A bit of champagne as well. No time to actually relax, you know, because those 2 boys in 1st and 3rd are going to be battling it out again tomorrow in a huge league match in the Extraliga. Lublin up against Wrocław. Yeah. So it's a hectic schedule. But don't think Smarslik's worried about that too much at the moment.
No, right now it's the least of his concerns.
So the Monster Energy girls coming forward to present the boys with a bottle of bubbly each. And so the top 5 are there. Smarslik on 129, 125 for Kurtz, Lambert on 119, and then there's a gap down to Michael Jepsen Jensen on 88. But celebration time, champagne, pretty cool scenes. Love it. Round number 8 here in the Vikiniki. The track did suffer, had to work hard, but they kept it going. But ultimately, it's the 6-time world champion that's come out on top, and he leads the world championship by 4 points. Not a great lead, it's a fairly slender lead, and we have 48 points available in the last 2 rounds, because we have 2 sprint races to come as well in Boyens on the 12th of September, and of course we finish at the end of September in Torrent. So I think those handlebars might find their way onto one of Bartosz's son's bikes, I would suggest. Yeah. And got the fork cover on it as well. It's all ready to go. Maybe getting on the old PW80, you never know. Might be able to just manufacture a way of putting them on. Get your engineering company involved. I'm sure you'll find a way to do that.
We can do anything. Anything. Just get in touch.
Okay. Fantastic. Brilliant. There we go. That tells you everything you need to know about Bartosz Smarslik tonight. Winner here in round number 8 in the Vikiniki. Lots of work going on. Track just began to just moan a little bit and groan a bit. I think last night the track was slightly better, but so much track action in a short period of time on a freshly laid track, sometimes it just means that the main event can be slightly compromised. But there you go. In the end, we have had a dramatic conclusion, a tense conclusion, with the top 3 in the world going at it. Bartosz Smarslik is not going to hand this World Championship away.
No.
No chance. Okay, well, thank you very much for your company. Bartosz Smarslik clearly absolutely delighted to have won his 2nd Grand Prix of 2026. And as I say, I do hope you've enjoyed it. I know we have. We look forward now to round number 9, which will take place on the 12th of September in Voyens, of course, the famous and iconic Danish track. So please join us then. But we also got the World Cup final on the 29th of August in Warsaw. Thanks for your company. We'll see you very soon.
Thank you very much.